What up, Brews?
What's going on,
What's
Bruce?
going on? Welcome back to another installment of Apple Juice Breaks, guys. Whether you are joining live, whether you're watching after the fact, tonight I am joined by a very special guest. This is the type of guest who loses the TV remote and says, hey, if I were a TV remote, where would I be? The type of guy who tells his dog Zelda to calm down during his intro. The type of guest that knows when an illustration rare card will rise by $1 in a week. It is the one, the only MimikBrew. What are you drinking today, my friend?
Today I am drinking, let's see, Papago Orange Blossom. So Papago, it's actually a park about 2 miles away from me. I live in Tempe, Arizona right now. And the Phoenix Zoo, Papago Park, it's a nice, it has a bunch of like big old rock formations that, Arizona is known for. So yeah,
Nice.
it's a local brewery.
Nice.
Yeah.
I like it. I'm a little bit boring. I'm drinking Summersby. We're sponsored by Summersby today. I wanted to have a little bit of sugar, so here we go.
Little sugar. Nothing wrong with a little sugar.
Little bit of sugar. So yeah, do you mind introducing yourself to those people who may not know your handsome face? Who are you? What's happening?
Oh God. Okay, well, for the record, I'm only going to be wearing this thing for like another 2 or 3 minutes. We have like a 20-minute limit where things get really sweaty under this hood, and we're with Rob, so things are absolutely going to get sweaty.
Oof.
So I probably only have 5 minutes left before I'll be dripping in sweat. Okay, so this thing, I just figured, it'd be wrong of me to just show up looking like basic Pokémon, the old me. So this thing will come off eventually. But okay, so my name is Dan, but I go by MimikBrew. Why? Because I love Mimikyu and I love coffee. I'm from Seattle. I grew up in the Seattle area of the Pacific Northwest. Let's see. I moved here to Arizona, to the Tempe. So here's the thing, real quick. Let me tell you about Arizona and Phoenix. Most of Phoenix sucks complete ass. I'm just throwing that out there. If you live here, you know. But the East Valley of Phoenix, which is specifically Scottsdale, Tempe, I think, a couple other, Mesa, Chandler, the east side of Phoenix is absolutely amazing. I will say today it was 117 degrees outside. So, but you just stay inside. It's like winter in Arizona. You stay inside during the summer. Yeah. So anyway, so I moved here because my parents, they left me all alone in Seattle. My little sister, I'm a definite family man. Love my family. And I got bored living all alone in Seattle. So I came down here to Arizona. And that was 1 year after COVID started. And apparently a lot of people moved down here during COVID because like half the people I meet they're just transplants. It's rare to meet actual Arizonans, to be honest. So it's a popular area for people to migrate to. And I did. So yeah, here I am.
I visited Arizona when I was a teenager. I liked it. It was a lot of it's just a lot of sprawls, man. I remember it being just like, street after street. It's all very flat and street after street after street. And the hotel had a really big
very
pool.
grid.
I like that. Yeah.
It's a very grid scenario,
yes,
like
that's the
for
word.
sure.
Lots of
And
grids.
the one thing I will say is growing up in the Pacific Northwest, growing up in Seattle, and then moving to here 3 years ago, it literally felt like I moved to Mars, like legitimately. Because like I went to West Seattle High School, so I grew up in West Seattle. It's there's a tiny little bay that separates it from downtown. So from where I live, you get all these sprawling, just absolutely beautiful views of the Seattle skyline, the ferries, the Space Needle, the docks, the piers, the Ferris wheel. It's just look at a postcard of Seattle. It is amazing. And then I come here to Arizona, and it's literally flat concrete and 120 degrees. And that's like that. That's it. That's what you get. But there are a lot of pros that go with that. Like I noticed there's no such thing as mold down here. Like, and like in Seattle, like you get like kind of mold seeping in through the windows, just moisture.
Yeah.
Or like my dog Zelda, anytime we go anywhere, she, come in with muddy paws on her feet. That's not an issue here. So there's absolutely a lot of positives. There's no natural disasters. My Pokemon cards aren't going to get swallowed up by a tornado, so yeah. And yeah, and if you got money, you're like my parents who just migrate up to the San Juan Islands, which is basically Vancouver, BC, in between Seattle and Canada. My dad, It blows my mind. My dad has a boat, and for 10 months out of the year, it just sits there doing nothing, just so he can hop on it for 2 months to escape the heat. But that's Scottsdale people, Scottsdale problems. That's my parents. Anyway, so yeah, let's continue. Let's move on. We're
Let's
here to talk.
continue and move on.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to talk about a couple of things with you today. So for everyone that's kind of tuning in or tuning in later, thank you so much for joining. First, I want to apologize. So I fucked up your intro. I was going to copy it. It's not what up. It's what's going on. For some reason, in my mind, I was like, what up? But it's what I'm watching your videos over and over this week.
It's like, what's going on, Bruce?
It's what's going on.
Real quick. Hey, I'm sorry, Rob. Just real quick. I just wanted to say what's up to Inept Card Collector, Mads Like Cardboard, Shug Nasty, TKK, JB, Ricky. Sorry, I have a pet peeve where whenever I watch live streams and they don't address the live chat, so I just want you guys to know that I have the live chat open down below. I see you guys. Thank you for showing up.
I see that. So I've rearranged my stuff. I've seen the comments and I need to start putting them up here. I didn't want to interrupt you through the
no, you're fine.
stuff. So yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Comments always come first. The viewers, the comments.
We got some views here. Someone's saying that's what you look like under the hood. Very handsome guy.
Yeah.
We got
I've been
JB.
told,
cheers, y'all.
What's the porn star? Johnny Sins. That's the #1 reference I generally get.
That's okay. Have you ever tried to use it for work? Like, I mean, you ever try to fix a leaky sink or something? Or
everyone I work with everyone knows what I do, and no one gives a shit. That's actually a really good piece of advice, and maybe you could say the same. Is like people in your daily life, they don't give a shit that you're YouTubing, and so anyone who's contemplating becoming a YouTuber, don't let what other people might think like stop you, because no one gives a shit. Like everyone has their own problems. The best you might get is a pat on the back, like good for you, now stop talking about your damn YouTube channel. I know that's what a lot of people in my life are thinking when I blab about my channel, so just throwing that out there.
That is good advice. We're going to get to some of that as well. So just Ricky says the Vietnamese community is watching you now. I'm very happy to hear that. One of my best friends is well, he's from Seattle, but he's Vietnamese heritage. So
there's a big Vietnamese community in Seattle for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, actually, that's where his family's from. That's where he's from. That's where he's born, Seattle. Okay. Yeah. MimikBrew, are you a fan of Sedona?
Okay, so Sedona is like, I think northern Arizona, like I guess on your way to Flagstaff, which is literally like has snow. So snow does exist in Arizona, believe it or not. But some of the more 2 or 3 hour out, like week-long trips, like I have a whole list of like Arizona landmarks that I still need to go spend plenty of time in. Sedona is right up there with Flagstaff. I know that there's an elevation. There's something in Sedona where you can drive on the road and gradually, as you're going up in elevation, you visit literally every single climate biome known to North America. And it's on one road in Sedona as you're going up the hill. Like, so you literally get like evergreen trees at this climate, then you'll get these trees and these animals. And so there's all kinds of biomes in Arizona. It's not just cactuses and desert and concrete, but it's all northern Arizona. And almost all of that, I still need to go venture and uncover for myself. So I have not been to Sedona, but I need to get up there to answer the question.
JB, are you around that area? I don't know if JB's actually around there, or if you guys are close to each other, you can meet up. Mads Likes Cardboard says, we see you, mate, and it's nice to have a live chat that doesn't scroll 100 instances a minute. Yeah, these are like a lot of these guys I see pop up. Like I was reading through some comments on your videos, some of mine, and these are awesome guys, always supporting, always watching, and I see you guys too, so I really appreciate it. MimikBrew's goated, says your mom. So boomers raise an eyebrow at running a YouTube channel. I'm late Gen X. You have to ignore the people who don't have interesting lives.
Well, I think too, interesting. This, you said we're going to talk about Pokemon content coming up, but like this is one of the most saturated niches ever. But like, just look on camera right now. Like, look at you, with your tie, just in your pajamas, essentially. And then obviously, needless to say, look at what I'm wearing. I think the only chance you even have of standing out whatsoever at all, unless you're Australian, because apparently if you're Australian, your YouTube channel just explodes. Anyway, it's a little Australian joke. But yeah, like you literally have to have some kind of unique, something to separate you. And you know, the investor bro content, the investor bro culture, within a few months of, you know, dabbling into that last year, I very quickly realized there's like an endless sea of it. You know, there is no end of investor Pokemon content out there to watch. So, you know, that's why I got away from it, but that's also part of the reason we wear this thing from time to time, just to like talk about an pretty easy way to separate yourself from the other average white balding dude in his 30s. So
Yep.
anyway.
I agree with that. We'll get to that too. We get to that. So Johnny, Inep says Johnny Sins vibes, still good vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Hey,
no
Johnny
idea.
Sins is probably a nice guy. Just because he does what he does doesn't mean he's a bad person. Probably never scammed anybody.
Probably. JB says he visited Sedona a while ago. Cool place with weird people.
Yeah. So when you get in the outskirts.
TKK says
Don't go to Idaho. Holy shit. Sorry. I stumbled into Idaho one time.
Investment content gets watch hours. Yeah, people are interested in the niche. I think they are. Yeah, people are interested in the niche. It's fun. I like doing it. I think could probably do some other stuff, but I enjoy. I don't know. I like Pokemon cards. I like the numbers. All right, so let's chat a little bit. So first of all, do you mind telling like me a little bit more about your Pokemon journey? You know, how did Pokemon start for you? In and out of the hobby. Like, what's your history in it?
Okay, so I don't know where to start. Well, okay, I'll start with this. Easily, hands down, and I've said this a couple times in a couple videos. Like, if you said, what's your favorite childhood memory? Like, what sticks out the most? What's like a core memory to you? This memory, and I know it's true because I can literally just like right now, I can close my eyes and I could literally like reach out and touch the people I was standing with. I literally remember the exact spot in the mall. Wizards of the Coast is 15 feet up and to the right that way. Like, literally, I can close my eyes and instantly teleport back to February of 1999 and pulling first edition base set Charizard. So, like, obviously now it's 24 years later and it's like, duh, it's the holy grail of Pokemon cards, at least of mass-produced Pokemon cards, duh. But I don't know if people really realize, unless they were into Pokemon cards back in 1999 when it started, but from the very, like, from when the clock struck midnight, Pokemon TCG is released, Charizard was the bee's knees. That card was the one card everyone wanted by far, even from the very moment the TCG base set first edition dropped. And me and it was my dad's girlfriend at the time and her two kids. I was 12 years old. So I was 12 years old in 1999, just to date me exactly, you know. So everyone knew how special Charizard was. And, you know, given today, we look back at the rarities, we look at 1 in 3 holo, we look at what was it, like 12 different holos, like exceptionally easy compared, you know, to today's modern cards to pull any of these. Like, buy a booster box, and if you don't get duplicates, you can probably master set it just like that.
Yeah.
But buying massive amounts of packs and cards and spending large amounts of money in 1999 on that was not a thing. The only thing even close to that was you heard about older nerds who were 12 to 15 years old, maybe your, you know, friend's brother across the street that played Magic the Gathering. Like, that was it. Like, Magic the Gathering, which was a little bit older and a little bit for extra nerdier people at the time. So Pokemon. So anyway, now I'm sure little kids get entire booster boxes for Christmas or their birthday, whatever. But as a kid in 1999, getting 5 random packs at Wizards of the Coast or whatever was a big deal. So from that standpoint, I'm just being honest. My entire elementary school, my entire little cul-de-sac neighborhood, the big giant new housing development down the street, nobody had a Charizard. And when I pulled it, I was the first kid I knew that actually had a Charizard. And that's just in my little world, my bubble. But yeah, like, so anyway, that card, being a chubby little kid who hadn't yet gotten into sports yet, who had, you know, moved around a little bit, and my parents were divorced, pulling the iconic card, just, you know, so that's the beginnings of it. But then to get us to like where we are now, you know, I was 12. So 2 years later, I'm 14, and now I'm moving to Seattle, which I did when I was 14. And we're talking football, we're talking high school, we're talking girls, we're talking, you know, the same reasons everyone else fell out of Pokemon, right? So always loved it, but for the sake of survival, I moved on and was into popular things and just wanted friends. And, I just moved to this big city. Yeah. So anyway, so I got out. And then 2016, of course, when Pokemon Go happened, I played a little bit of Pokemon Go like everyone else, but I didn't by any means get back into the cards because of Pokemon Go, and I didn't get sucked into Pokemon Go like a lot of people did. I actually have a neighbor who lives right next to me, and he's like one of the #1 Pokemon Go players in the nation, and he's like 40 years old, covered in tattoos and piercings. So it's funny how the Pokemon Go crowd is literally people of all ages, of all kinds of looks and whatever. But there was that. It wasn't until 2008. Well, it's either okay. So Hidden Fates, Cosmic Eclipse. They were like back to back in 2019, right? I think that's when I really got back in. Should I tell this story about how I thought I was going to die, and that's the whole reason I got back in the cards? I guess that's kind of
compelling. Why not? Yeah, let's do it. I thought you were going to talk about selling that first edition Charizard, but yeah.
Oh man! All right. Well, I mean, selling the Charizard for $350 in December 26th of 2001 to a grandma who bought it for her grandchild who was like dying of a terminal illness. Oh. That alone is its own little, unique story. It's like I sold the Charizard, but 20 years later, selling that Charizard is why I started an eBay store, and why a joke in my head about maybe if I sold enough Pokemon cards, I can make up for the amount of money I lost selling that Charizard. Everything comes full circle. Like it really does, because let's say I never sold the Charizard then. I probably would have sold it when I was 22 or 25 or 28. Like I was poor as shit in my 20s. There's no way I would have held onto a piece of cardboard till it hit 500 grand. You know what I mean? Or I would have got drunk and someone would have stole it at a party so I'm not that kind of guy who actually is like, but still, it was a foundation for starting an eBay store. It was, TCA Gaming. So let me go back to 2019. Let me go back to me almost dying. I go to donate blood. Okay, whatever. I'm like, that was easy. $60 or whatever. I'm gonna go donate again. Right? Of course, right? This is like 5-6 years ago, right? So I go to donate again, and what I'm about to tell you is like a scene out of a movie. Like it was so scary. So the way it goes, you sit down, and then the nurses call your name, blah blah blah, and it's just whatever, and then you go do the thing. For whatever reason, I was sitting in that lobby for way too long. Like people that already checked in after me were being called, seriously. And I'm like, why is my name it's not supposed to take this long, right? And then finally, a doctor, not a nurse, a doctor from the back hallway, like not the desk, go that way. And he goes, Mr. My name. And just instantly I stand up and I turn around. I see a doctor in a lab coat who's not a nurse, not instantaneous. I have pretty good intuition. It doesn't take much for me to realize everything is fucked. And I instantly knew I am absolutely something bad's going on. So he walks me back to the office. He sits me down. And he very politely, like, bless his heart in like the nicest way he can. This guy proceeds to tell me, and look, everything's fine. I don't, whatever. But he proceeds to tell me that I have HIV AIDS and we can't take your blood and yada, yada. And just right then and there, just everything slows down. It's like, I can't even hear. It's like, wah, 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 wah. Like literally the guy is talking and I'm just seeing things in like colors, it's like just slow motion. Like I just realized I heard something and my whole life just flipped upside down, whatever. But yeah, so so that happened. And then, but in the way that goes is now you have to go to your primary care insurance and they have to like check it and make sure it's true or like whatever, all that. So that confirmation test now 3 or 4 days later comes back and it's like, yeah, you test positive. They were right. Okay. So I'm like, holy shit. Okay. So now over the next week and a half, I proceed to go down the road that one goes down when they find out they have HIV. We're talking, you get like a guidance counselor, you have a primary physician, you got to figure out like I learned all of this. But yeah, so it was like 2 weeks later. Well, let me get to the Pokemon side of things. The next day or two after this sat in my head, and I wanted to tell everyone. I don't know why. It seems like probably the last thing you should do is tell people. But my parents were like, no, don't tell anyone. Like, just chill, just slow down, just blah, blah, blah. And at that time, I was 100% sure. I mean, I was so freaking ignorant when that guy told me, I just thought, oh, that means I got 7 to 10 years to live. Like, that's just how ignorant I was. I didn't think about, oh, it's going to be fine. The drugs, the meds are better. Like, I wasn't thinking about any of that. I was just like, I went from being a normal, healthy person to, holy crap, that's a big one. Like, you know, but yeah, so, but side note, what ended up just subconsciously, subliminally happening, and all I can pin on, it was this, knowing that I potentially only had a few years left or whatever. It's like out of nowhere, for the first time in 20 years, the day after I found out I have a terminal illness, at least from my point of view, I just was like, I want to go buy Pokemon cards. And it literally is that simple. Like, it was literally like, I was just driving down the street and I was just thinking of my life and I was thinking about whatever. And then I was like, you know what? I'm going to go check Target and see what kind of Pokemon sets there are or whatever. And so literally that is how I got back into Pokemon, was thinking I only had a few years left, or I had no idea of some crazy medical thing going on. And I just want to do what I love with what little time I have left. So that's literally how I got back in. And that was, again, around cosmic, a little before Cosmic Eclipse or Hidden Fates, like 2019. But yeah, to sum up that story, because here I am totally fine. So yeah, I went into an appointment with a doctor 2 weeks later into this. And I'm sitting there waiting for the doctor to come in. It was to find out which of the 2 types of medications I would get on for having, you know, whatever, HIV. And then, yeah, he swings the door open and he's like, oh, sorry, I don't want to say my name, but hey, Dan, I'm like, yes. And he's like, yeah, I would have called you, but I figured you were already in the parking lot or in the escalator or something. Yeah, you don't have HIV/AIDS. You're totally fine, man. This is a false positive. So yeah, sorry I didn't call you. Just like that. Just swung the door open like Kramer and was like, hey, false positive. Like, and I'm just like, what the fuck? And then, you know, I go outside and I call my parents and I'm like, hey, turns out I don't have, you know, HIV. And they're like, huh. It was just like, I don't know. It was just so, anyway. So that in itself is how I got back in, was essentially just thinking I was going to die. And apparently all I wanted to do is rip open. So if I'm going to die, like when I'm 80 or 90 years old, the last one I have hardly anything left I can do, I'm just going to rip open whatever's sealed, anything I have left, probably.
That's a crazy story, man. That's nuts.
Yeah. All right, I'm sweaty as hell. Hold on. I think we've coming up on our 20 minutes. Man.
Take it off. Let's get it.
Take it off, MimikBrew. Oh, I lost my earpiece.
Couple of guys here. I want to say hi to iFOMO, fucking legend. And
hold on.
Inep's here in the comments. He says when people used to put that they were in Pokemon Go on their dating profiles a long time ago. Wait, you said past to those ones? Regrets. Yeah, I don't know. I did play Pokemon Go a lot when it first came out, and we didn't have kids at the time, and I ended up in the park late at night, or like in the middle of the day by myself with my phone like this, and it didn't work for my life at that time. But yeah, what
Seattle. So in Seattle, there's a huge Oriental Asian community. Like Seattle and Japan are very, very connected. Can you hear me? I think
I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, sorry. I just heard a little ding ding in my
Wait, hold on. Now I can't hear you very well. What are you saying?
Are you serious?
Hold on. What's that?
You're screwing with me.
Yeah, I'm fucking with you.
You're totally fucking. That's the number one way to screw with the content creator on a live, is tell them like their audio or video is broken.
You wake up in a dark, like a sweat. Yeah,
dude.
Hey, Brian's in the chat too. Hey, Brian, good to see you, man. Pokémon.
Like, if you want to piss Cool Trainer Ryan off, just tell him audio in his chat. It's
we gotta get to that too. Yeah, I mean, a little bit of drama here too. So, dude, what possessed you to start a YouTube channel? I mean, who does that?
Muted Simon. Me? What?
Muted Simon.
I'm reading. The chat.
Why would anybody start a YouTube channel? I mean, especially like, what's the deal?
Baited. Well, for me, the order of like how things happened with me was, one, literally, I'm not kidding, I was moving here to Arizona, and it's a 1,400 mile drive from Seattle. And I literally had a joke in my head where I was like, how funny would it be if I moved to Arizona and then I spent the rest of my life just buying up all the minty Pokemon cards and then made an eBay store and tried to like be like a TCA gaming and just tried to like hey Pokey and he's in the chat. What's up, dude? Hope you're doing well. I know you've had a rough couple weeks. Thank you for joining us, man. Love you. But yeah, I just got so sidetracked. Anyway, so the thought of like, I'm just going to move to Arizona and I'm just going to buy up all the cards and then I'm just going to spend the rest of my life just selling as many cards as I can on eBay until I finally hit 300,000 to make up for the Charizard sale, or you know what I mean? That was a joke, but then that accidentally happened. Like it's just weird because things just slowly but surely happened.
Yep.
And I'm someone who, when I get really into something, I get really into it, like to where pulling an all-nighter and then going to work and working 12-hour shift is easy because you're just so passionate about what you're doing or whatever. Yep. And a year and a half ago, so yeah, obviously, as you know, I used to be Pokédan, and Pokédan TCG was my my eBay store. And so I started the eBay store and that now permanently banned Instagram, Pokédan TCG. And I started them in unison with each other at the same time. And the focus of the Instagram was to promote my eBay store. And in a matter of a year, so I'm referring to last year, my Pokédan, which it's now MimikBrew, I just changed the name. So my eBay store, I went from 0 to 1,300 sales. I made 1,300 sales of all graded and raw cards. I think I graded somewhere between 400 and 500 cards last year with PSA, but almost all of them for the intent to flip, to just get feedback, get the wheels, get the things churning on my eBay store. And then the Instagram, I developed a method of packing and sending cards, like whether it be in bubble mailer or an envelope, where I kind of subliminally made it to where you have to give me really good positive feedback. To where one, it's like, okay, you got the business. Well, all I'm saying is like, I basically, it doesn't matter if you order a $1 or $2 EX card or like a really expensive Gem slab. I make the envelope or the bubble mailer either way, because I figured out a way to fit it on. Almost like an appetizer platter, or like a sampler trio of cards before you get to the card you ordered. And so for me, I'm not just into Pokemon. I'm into vintage Nintendo, Mario, Zelda, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Final Fantasy. Like I have so much weird shit that I haven't even got. Like here's like right here. Let me just show you some. Oops, sorry, like here's a Hanafuda, Japanese Hanafuda Pop 1, only one in the world, Mint 9 Luigi's Mansion.
Holy
okay,
shit.
How cool does that look in a PSA slab? You know how many boxes of this Hanafuda that I have ready to grade? I'm just saying. Like, so stuff like that, anything that PSA will grade that was popular or cool in the 90s that somebody who, here's another one. So this is actually, what was it, EX6? So here's a 1989 Topps Nintendo Zelda scratch-off card. Oh, wow. These and a Gem Mint 10 go for so much damn money. This is a EX6. I think it had some kind of indent. This actually has perfect scratches. I actually thought this should have been a 9 or a 10. But it got a 6, which means there's some kind of indent. And then unlike Pokemon cards, you always get cool backs. But yeah, there's a lot of people and a lot of things that PSA grades that people just don't even know about. So like Mario and there's sticker cards like yellow Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle cards. Anyway, so, and then I also have a lot of vintage Disney cards, like 1991 Disney collector cards. I got a lot of stuff in the works. Like I have so much stuff in like graded card sleeves, like ready to send to PSA, that I don't have to buy anything for like the next 10 years. And I'll just have so much cool shit. And it's all stuff that I already know PSA grades, except for like 1 or 2 things. Like I have the first ever Japanese Banpresto Super Mario Kart cards, and I bought all of them. And anyway, they're just this random stuff. If it has to do with Nintendo, I'm into it. So I forget what your question was. I just started rambling about random.
No, it's fine.
The feedback is what I was saying. I give away, sorry, real quick. In every order, I give away a Final Fantasy card. I give away a vintage Nintendo card. I give away a vintage Ninja Turtles card. I might give away a Weiss Schwartz waifu card. And then, every card gets either a holo or reverse holo Pokemon card. And then finally you get to the card that you order. So, it takes you a while and you get all this free shit. So So yeah, that's how I built up a huge amount of feedback, positive feedback, top rated seller, yada, yada,
I
yada.
love it.
But yeah, so it
I like it
started
when
with eBay.
Seller goes the extra mile, does something nice like that. I like that stuff. I like that stuff a lot.
Well, and the people on Instagram would show it off. Like the people on my Pokédan, or people on Instagram would post stories and reels. Like, look at all this crap. All I bought was this from Pokédan, and he gave me all this stuff. So like, it's all bulk. Technically, it's not like I was giving away tons of money, right? It was just a fun little thing, and you could tell I put in the thought. And so anyway,
I like that. I like that a lot. So and it brings this up, but like I didn't see this, but why did you get banned? Why did they delete you? What did you do?
I have two theories. And one has to do with Leonhardt, and the other just has to do with bots. So,
yeah,
it's probably bots. So
too much.
So first of all, it was the morning after Christmas, so the timing was pretty. I dare say rude. Like at least they didn't permanently ban my account on Christmas. But yeah, it was like the morning after Christmas. I'm waking up at 4:45 a.m. to go work a 12-hour overtime shift. And I just hit the little Instagram button and I get the temporarily banned. I'm just like, what the? You've never had this happen before. And so I instantly confirmed the email. But instantly after confirming my email, and this is how I know there was no human involvement. It was very bot, auto, whatever. I instantly get a follow-up response to my confirming my email that says, okay, yep, you have now permanently been banned. Everything Pokédan will now be like just straight up done. And then, and I'm like literally needing to hop in the shower to go to work. Like, and just, it was like, I just spent 1 year, I have my Instagram and I have my YouTube channel. But that Instagram, for me being just, a regular whatever dude, like 4,000 followers on Instagram was a ton. And I went from 0 to that much. And we just got to a point where I could post a story of like just I don't know. I don't know exactly how the Instagram and stuff works. All I know now is like my new page. I might as well be shadow banned compared to my last page, where it's like I post anything and get tons of engagement. But yeah. So anyway, I think it was either randomly flagged like a few months before that when a bunch of Poké people got temporarily banned, because that did just happen a few months before that, and a lot of people told me you should probably change your name, now, because what if it happens again? To which I said, well, I'll just, it's fine, I'll just whatever. But then also the thing I said about Leonhardt, I'm just kidding, but who knows? I don't freaking know. There was like 2 days, 3 days before this. There's something I said about Leonhardt on Instagram. I don't know if I could just call them an asshole. I don't know, but
you bullied him.
I did some form of Leonhardt bullying. I don't even remember what I said, and I can't look because the account is gone, so I don't even remember what I said. But yeah,
maybe he called up Zuckerberg and was like, "Hey, this isn't good. This dude's been calling me names here."
Had I not been banned, MimikBrew wouldn't exist. So out of everything bad comes something good. Everything happens for a reason.
It all works out in the end. You got any Bionicle TCG? He's starting to buy that up for the nostalgia. Uncanny says.
Bionicle TCG? I've never even heard of that.
I haven't either, I got to admit.
When you said Bionic, I'm thinking of that weird offshoot of Legos. I don't know. Bionicle. I mean, it's Pokémon. He must know what he's talking about.
I can look it up. Philip, do you ever grade with BGS? You do a lot of grading, period? Like, do you grade a lot?
Me?
Yeah, you grading all the time?
Yeah, well, duh. Who else would you be talking about? Just with PSA. So I'm a very realistic person. And so first of all, depending on I can get really into the weeds with this. Like, let's say you figured it out. Bionicle?
Now I remember. As soon as you see it, you're going to be like, shit, yeah, I remember that fucking stuff.
Okay, well, I mean, it's
Lego. It's the Lego.
That is what I was talking about. I said the offshoot of Legos.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. That stuff was fucking goated.
Yeah, no, that shit was cool. I mean, I feel like I might have been a little too old for that. What was I talking about? I keep getting distracted, man.
You're great.
Oh, BGS. Okay, so look. Okay, so real quick, here's the thing on all the grading companies. First of all, like, let's say you live in Australia, okay, and you're into Final Fantasy. In that case, you do want to grade with BGS. Okay. So there's very, very specific, terrible reasons to grade for any company other than PSA. Like is that TCG, is the most of those cards graded with that company? Well, then you want to follow that trend. For pretty much most everything, it is PSA, and most everywhere around the world, it's PSA now. PSA is in Japan too, so even local Japanese people are just instantly grading all their overprinted Japanese cards. I'm sure One Piece, White Shorts. Actually, so White Shorts, I think, is another one that people like in BGS slabs. But see, that's what I'm talking about. If you're just talking about Pokemon and you're not trying to get too deep in the weeds, then you should absolutely grade with PSA. And even if it's an error and if it's some unusual error or cool weird thing, I still think you should send it to PSA, because if PSA identifies it as it's miscut, error, this or that, then it probably is. Whereas CGC, you can shit on toilet paper and they will grade it in error. So I'm sorry, I do not like CGC. I don't. Beckett, I have a lot of respect for. I just don't think their department, they just don't seem to have enough drive or desire to want to grow the grading service. Like, they probably could. Like, their Beckett magazine, Beckett has been around since before PSA has had access to money, a lot more of it, longer than PSA has. But CGC is definitely, I mean, when it comes to Pokemon, I would say Beckett Black Labels, of course, but even those premiums are going away. No, people aren't willing to pay that much for a Black Label Beckett as they were 2 years ago. Yeah, just keep it easy. Keep it with PSA until you have a reason not to.
This message is brought to you by PSA. Someone says, I can't.
Nat Turner needs to figure his shit out and stop breaking our cards, though. Sorry.
I am so bad at this fucking chat stuff. I keep losing comments because I can't scroll up. So Camel did say hi to Pokémon. He says Leon Haas' editing style is a danger to the epileptic community.
I literally just read that.
Poor Big Lee. I've never.
He's just a confused little child in his 40s nowadays.
He will single-handedly make epileptics go extinct. Oh my goodness. Yeah, there's not a lot of love.
Hey, Hard Squad, what's going on? Today I'll be opening one of every Pokemon pack throughout the 20 years.
He is a weird ass fuck, I think, is what YouTube users are saying. He doesn't seem like a normal dude, just my opinion.
My Cool Trainer Ryan video about the most hated whatever, the Leonhardt Public Enemy one, I fucking died when I was editing that together. Because if you watch that, Cool Trainer Ryan has a lot of enemies.
I was actually listening to it in the car and I kept looking at the screen and laughing like I shouldn't.
If you freeze it on Leonhardt's face right when it goes black and white, he just has the most. It's just so bad. And he's got the gloves on. Oh shit! Hold on, let me grab another beer real quick.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, sure. I don't think he'll ever be a guest here on Apple Juice Breaks now.
Hey, watch this. Hey, you want to see Zelda?
Yeah, bring her out. Yeah, go for it. Yeah, let's do it.
She's right over here just staring at our hamster, Xena.
Oh, yeah, the hamster. What is his Tough Trainer K? Leonhardt doesn't seem like genuine in his videos. Kind of clout chasing. Many of us are not normal. Oh, hi.
There she is.
You do some big
Zelda. There you go. Hello. Yeah, this is my girl. This is my baby.
How did you pick that name?
Zelda? Well, I mean, just off camera, I literally have a portrait of Link on my wall. I have Zelda as part of my license plate. I'm a little obsessed, you could say.
I got a few bits. I mostly collect the action figures. I got all the amiibos and stuff, but what's a good one here I can pick out?
Hey, real quick, look at this. I was showing you the Hanafuda. Where'd you go?
I'm here. I'm sorry. I was going to get some action figures, but then my basement's too much of a mess.
Let me see if I can. So, 1989, Topps Nintendo, The Legend of Zelda game tip stickers. This is the 22nd ever graded in a Gem Mint 10, which is cool because the serial number ends in 22. But this card has sold for as high as like $400. So yeah, this is like the Chase, I would say, the Chase sticker card of 1989 Topps Nintendo sticker cards. But yeah,
I love it.
anyway, so stuff like this, I love this. I love grading this. You know, whatever.
Yeah, I got something to show you. One sec. You keep showing stuff. One sec.
Yeah, wait, I still need to get a beer. Nobody go anywhere.
Oh, anyway, what else we got here? Nice. YouTube user says nice. Oh wow, there's a lot of love for Leonhardt. It seems like the type of guy to promote a crypto rug pull. CTR hates my guts. Yeah, I got to ask you about this when we chat on Thursday. Yeah, what's going on there? My cat is named Zelda too. CTR is entertainment personality. I feel like normal is a lie. We're all really somewhere on the spectrum. Yeah, probably. I'm not on any spectrum.
Dude, I got the worst like OCD, like, which is good for like, I don't know if you look at my table and just all this here, like I have everything. I know where every last card is at all times. Categories. If I open shit, I never go to bed until everything is where it needs to go. I am not. There's like people on Instagram who are like, oh, I open all this crap. Oh, I'm so disorganized. That would be my nightmare. I cannot stand even a single Pokemon card being where it's not supposed to be.
Rock Sandy's here. I don't know who asked him to come, but
who the hell is that guy?
Yeah,
stupid name. No, I'm just kidding. Ooh, what's up, Rock?
I like to keep things in the box. So
you're a sealed collector, smart man.
Yeah, we got some stuff. Good to see you, Rock.
You're talking about consoles and shit like that.
Yeah, Rock. I gotta tell Sandy, like, so he posted some One Piece waifu thing. I'm not into One Piece. I never got into the show, and I've seen it here and there. But,
Simon.
like, I'm so dehydrated after seeing these waifu cards he's been pulling. Like, Jesus Christ, Sandy! Like, that's Pokemon's got nothing on those One Piece waifus. Yeah, and Nep says hi to Rock.
Can I say something to Rock real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, look, asshole. If you're gonna do a face reveal at Card Party, like the Critical Hit podcast, you're right back to the stupid little icon. What are you doing? Show your face. You guys get 150 viewers on a good day. Show your face. Do something good for Critical Hit podcast. Show your beautiful little face, Rock.
So I'm when I interview, I think that was AI. I'm just going to tell you that right now. All those pictures of him at Card Party, I spoke to a couple of people who were there. They said he wasn't even there. It was all AI. So all those pictures, that's not really him. It's not really him.
Sandy is a ghost.
So yeah, exactly. Camel, what is this here? Sorry, getting tested is too expensive. Preferred to buy Pokemon cards. Okay, we got some good stuff going on here. So, where were we? Fuck, we were. I had like a little.
So wait, which one that's not real quick? Is it One Piece or Lorcana? It's One Piece that's crashing right now, right? Crashing hard.
I think they did a small reprint. I think Rudy was like, everything's fine because he sells a lot of it, but doesn't look super great. But anyway, I don't know. I think there's a lot of Bandai print a lot of stuff, but I really don't know a lot about One Piece at all. So I don't want to be putting my foot in my mouth. Okay,
I'm sitting on. Sorry, I was going to say I'm sitting on a gold mine, a MetaZoo. I have hella sealed MetaZoo.
Wow, the best thing that happened to that is that they're not making it anymore, right? Like,
exactly. That's when I started buying it.
There we go. Yeah, that's got to do it. All right, cool. So let's talk a little bit about YouTube content creation because I'm interested in that. So you were PokeDan. You know, you do stuff on the drama, you do stuff on the investing side. So, like, what's your
good at everything, great at nothing?
Everything great. I mean, what are your? I guess, you know, where do you find inspiration for the videos? What made you what made you want to start doing it? Like, why do you? Like, it's a special kind of person that wants to turn the camera on and start talking to people. So what was the motivation there?
Well, first of all, YouTube, the platform itself, has been a very large part of my media digestion or whatever. for a long time, like to the point where I think I cut cable probably a lot sooner than a lot of people, because probably a lot of people cutting cable by now. Which I noticed the number one thing that suffered when I cut cable was my fandom for sports and sports teams. Because I think the last 5 years that I had cable, all I ever did was watch SportsCenter, literally.
Who are your teams? Who do you follow?
Oh, well,
Seahawks?
definitely. Yeah, I was definitely
Yeah,
a huge
yeah.
Seahawk fan. The Legion of
Seahawk fan.
Boom, like I was there for all that.
Yeah.
The parade after the Seahawks, the Wednesday after the Seattle Seahawks won the Super Bowl, there was 1 million people in downtown Seattle. And so I used to be, so I was working in an emergency room at the time. I was a lead ER tech, and I was working that day. And the parade for the Super Bowl parade was a Wednesday, or 11 a.m. I mean, and it was like 9, and this ER doctor comes in, and he's like, "Hey, I got 2 extra tickets to the Super Bowl ceremony celebration, and I have to obviously be here all day today." And I literally like that moment, I remember I sent out a group text to all 22 or 23 of all the other ER techs that could possibly drop what they're doing and come in for me. But I'm also really busy, because like the ER was really busy that morning. And I just remember I didn't have time to actually look at my phone. So I just set it on the windowsill of a break room after sending out, "Help, help, someone come work for me." And then I came back like 30 minutes later, and there was something like 70 or 80 missed text messages. And there was like two of my coworkers just started arguing with each other back and forth about who needs to go cover for Dan. And I don't know, between the two of them, they came in, covered for me somehow. And I was just like, I don't know what any of you guys were talking about, but Dave, I think, thank you. Oh my God, I'll be in an hour. So I went from working all day, missing a ceremony is what was planned, to getting the rest of the day off, getting 2 front row tickets to this Super Bowl ceremony, Lombardi Trophy parade. And yeah, I don't know, that afternoon it's been all downhill for the Seahawks since, but
it has. Well, hey, Carroll's gone now, right? I feel kind of bad for Pete. Like, I really like him, but
I don't even know who's on the team anymore.
Yeah, I don't follow it as closely anymore. But no, I stopped.
Russell Wilson really is Rumpelstiltskin now. Holy shit!
Oh, poor Russell. He went to Denver. I didn't follow it last year. I used to do fantasy pretty hard, but not anymore. But where
he
is he
went to
now?
Denver and died. Who cares? He went to Denver and died. Now he's somewhere else and dead. Who cares?
Poor Russell.
Sierra ruined him, I think.
What's this comment here? Should I try to buy all the PSA 10 copies of the Altara EX from Dragon Frontiers and then set the price at 20K? You can answer this one, I guess.
Well, yeah. Well, I mean, you could set it at 20K and just leave it on your, say, eBay store, just as like an advertisement for yourself having massive cards. That's a very normal tactic, so it's actually not that crazy. Real quick, can I just say another thing to stupid Andy? He goes, Seattle Seahawks, raw. So, Rock, I watched Critical Hit podcast, and I heard you talking shit about the Seattle area and how you were bummed out that Card Party might be in Seattle, the West Coast one. Dude, I'm telling you, I don't give a fuck where you're from in Florida, okay? Seattle is 10x more beautiful. You've clearly never been to Seattle. You don't know what salt water looks like. You have no idea what a mountain with snow looks like. You're a cute little innocent idiot.
Cutting cable reduced my crime drama. I can't even read. I've only had one can.
The best sports are amateur sports when you know the players. Yeah, AAA baseball is the best bang for your buck. Okay, anyway.
Rob just pinning my comments. That was an accident. I didn't pin your comment the second time. I don't know how to fucking do it. I don't work at all. My entire income comes from Whatnot affiliate link. Awesome. Good for you. I lived in Seattle. That's why he hates it.
Oh, really? No, yeah. You didn't.
Oh, my goodness.
I don't even believe that. I don't believe you. You lived in Tacoma. That's what happened. You lived in ugly. There's a city just south of Seattle. It's not where it's at. It's not. It's like Portland. Portland is not where it's at. Do not compare Seattle and Portland, by the way.
So Radical has a good question here. So many modern pops are in the thousands. Thoughts on long-term hold of these?
Doesn't matter. They don't matter anymore. That's old head thinking. Sorry.
It's old head thinking. Yeah, the pop thing, I don't know. Yeah, so the second part of the question, vintage compared to middle-aged low pops. What do you think? I mean,
okay, so pop reports are still used to gauge the value of vintage cards in WotC cards and Justify and Anchor WotC cards. When it comes to modern cards, it's not even relevant, and you should just not even apply pop report to a modern Pokemon card. Now, vintage cards, WotC cards, vintage Japanese cards, yes, because one, you're talking about a much rarer piece of cardboard, a much harder to obtain in mint condition piece of cardboard, and the pop reports, no matter what, cannot be altered or skewed in any way at this point for older cards. So yes, a pop report on a whatever, a first edition Team Rocket this or whatever, that absolutely should matter. But what are we at with Moonbreon? Like 11,000 now?
there's a few of them.
I mean, but yeah, what's the Charizard V? The promo, it's the most graded up to like 60,000 copies or something like that.
There's quite a few of those too.
People still pay $30 for that card. It doesn't matter.
I read something the other day, like a comment I think on Reddit or something, which is like, oh, one day we'll look back on these pop values and we'll say like they're so low. We'll laugh at how low these ones are right now. I don't know. What do you think of that? Think it'll be crazy, like 100,000 in the future, like they keep printing so many more billion? Like, what are your thoughts?
Well, keep in mind, so let's look at it like this. We have Stellar Crown in English. I'm just talking about English. So we have Stellar Crown coming out, and then we have the Terastal Festival coming out, and then we have...
Is that how you say it? Terastal?
Terastal?
I don't know how to... I'd say Terastal.
No, it's Terastal, like Terra.
Is that how you...
Terastal.
Terastal?
Yeah, like Terastal.
Okay.
I don't know. Terastal. Terra. I don't know. All I'm trying to say is, look, just in the next 6 months alone, specifically, think about how many highly gradable, how many chaseable, how many highly whatever cards that are coming up that we don't even know about just in the next 6 months. So all I'm saying is there's only so much attention. There's only so much, like, the Charizard V, that promo that has like a 50 or 60, it was literally the perfect combination, the perfect things all working together. It was the right time. It was the right Pokemon. It was a promo. Everyone all of a sudden was sending in the grade. Like, that card has that high of a pop because of a lot of things related to convenience and assurance. It's a Charizard. It's a cheap Charizard. It's an easy to obtain Charizard. It's an easy to grade Charizard. That happened. But like, certain cards, like rare cards, are rare. Like, so for example, Magikarp from Paldea Evolved, that card is not going to have a pop of 20,000 5 years from now. It's not. You know why? Because that card is really freaking hard to pull. I know it's hard to accept the fact that Scarlet and Violet era has actually difficult to obtain cards, and it's not just all about Sword and Shield, but believe it or not, there are certain cards that are so fucking hard to pull, and once you do, those people want to hold on to them. Like, and that's where you get the 130 Magikarp, the 230 Greninja. These are brand new cards just released in the last year, okay? And they might actually go up in value, and their PSA 10s might actually hold and go higher in value. So that's my opinion. Is one, stop thinking just because we're in the present isn't good, because the Scarlet and Violet era is showing that the Pokemon Company is really paying attention. I view illustration rares, that entire rarity tier in English, not art rares, as the perfected average of trainer galleries from Sword and Shield. I think your yellow border Sword and Shield trainer galleries, and then the Vs, and then the VMAXs, if you average out the rarities, you get essentially an illustration rare. And then now Pokemon knows we make the set bigger, like Paldea with 36. You're going to get some crazy ass card values without even needing to throw texture on the card. That's, And by the way, can I just say before I forget, where the hell is Kyogre? Why do we have a beautiful Groudon illustration rare? Where's the water version? I'm just saying, we have Dondozo. There's just so many little things. Like, where's the Kyogre card? Anyway, sorry. That just hit me out of nowhere. I want a Kyogre illustration rare.
Maybe it'll be in Teraz Tree Owl, according to YouTube user. And actually, Rock Sandy says
Terra-Astri?
Yeah, Rock Sandy says it's pronounced Tyra Azza. I'm like, I don't think that's right, Sandy. I don't think that's how you say it, buddy. Curious to see the Dragon Electric set in November. Hope it's not another dual PC ETBs yet.
Let me read this one from Camel. Is Magikarp a good pickup as an investment? Do you think if reprints of Palaea Evolved will have higher print quality and lower the cart price? Okay, so here's the thing. I think Pokemon in general is doing a way, way better job of managing their English printed cards than Japanese printed cards. Zelda, stop doing that. But yeah, like, so I don't, God, you know, I don't have a. You are the guy that should have all the opinions on Japanese and print production. It seems like the Pokemon company is just throwing caution to the wind and just, all right, you guys want this set? Here's 1 million boxes. Like they're doing that with Japanese. But with English, it seems way more strategic, way like the Crown Zenith reprints. Did those Crown Zenith reprints stop the little Crown Zenith bubble last month? No. And guess what? All those Crown Zenith cards, they may be down on the month, but they're still up all 10, 20% on where they were 3 months ago. So I'm just saying, like, I don't think there's going to be a massive Paldea Evolved reprint that crushes Paldea Evolved at all. I think Paldea Evolved will just sit in the background and slowly grow in value, while all these other Team Rocket sets and you know, Terrestrial, whatever, like it'll just grow because it should. Because it's a huge set and those desirable cards are freaking hard to obtain. And I know. I still can't believe I pulled the Magikarp.
You pulled it, eh?
Oh yeah, out of three little blister promo packs.
I like that. I like that. Inept Card Collector says I made a video. I did. I don't like the Magikarp. I think if they don't reprint booster boxes, I think, which is unlikely, I think that you will see Paldea Evolved packs in every holiday set and Sam's Club Power Box collection, all this crap. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not super high on that card. I don't disagree with everything Dan's saying, but I think when Japan sneezes, the Western market.
Have you noticed? Can I tell you real quick though? If you go to all the auxiliary tins and products, how much Obsidian Flames do you see packed in everywhere, left and right? There's so much Obsidian Flames that gets packed into every miscellaneous product.
It's a lot of Obsidian Flames. I think they went crazy on that set. I really like Obsidian too, but it's just easy to pull stuff, and I don't know. It is kind of like a Darkness Ablaze in my mind. Paldea is a nice set. Yeah, I don't like it. Is Lost Origin a good investment? No, I wouldn't buy any of that. I would set it on fire before. I'm kidding. No, Lost Origin is great.
The difference or like dichotomy between Paldea and Obsidian Flames early on, that reassured me of everything, because I know like yesterday or whatever you were asking me that, like how do you even have like a hunch at certain cards, but like set size and realizing the importance of set size early on, that's something I identified instantly, like within the first, you know, as soon as Paldea came out and I saw the size of it, I started thinking certain things. But then Obsidian Flames came out and all that did was hammer the point home and just make it, oh yeah, so I was right. It does matter how many hits per rarity tier.
Yeah.
And that does extrapolate the odds massively to where, you know, yeah, one guy might open one pack and pull Magikarp, but another guy might open 4,000 and not pull it. Which that could be possible. It's crazy.
Easy to master. What's Paldea? Is it like 370? It's a fairly large set, isn't it?
Well, it's not about the set. It's about, you know, how many per rarity tiers. So for rarity tier in the illustration rare, you're just talking about 36. So 36 illustration rares potentially pick up that slot, you know. So that's how you get an illustration rare. Could be more difficult to pull from another set's special illustration rare. Or maybe if there's not that many special illustration rares in that same set, you could literally have specific IRs that are harder to pull than SIRs from that same set. Because, yeah, you know, let's say SIRs are 1 in 80, but there's only 5 SIRs. and the IRs are 1 in 12, but there's 36 of them. That makes each individual IR harder to pull than any one of the 5 SARs. And so that's why, you know, with like Obsidian Flames, like those 3 hyper rares, what are they? I mean, the fact that the Charizard hyper rare is still worth what, $18? That's just because it says Charizard on it. Like that card is, you know, one of the most commonly pulled hyper rares in this entire block, just out of the fact that there's only 3 options.
I like that card too. I think it's a nice card.
Yeah, actually, the Jolly I call it the Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Rancher.
Jolly Rancher Charizard.
Jolly Rancher. I'm trying to keep up with the comments here. I'm doing a bad job. I apologize if I'm not pinning yours. It's not intentional. I don't dislike you. Do you think collectors will miss the yellow borders?
No.
I miss them already, man. There's not many cards out there with yellow borders. So
I think they should bring yellow borders back as like what am I trying to say? Commemorative promo cards. Like some form of, you know, once a year, like maybe make a specialty set. Like, so this Eevee set could have had yellow borders coming up in December. Like just something where you know, a throwback yellow borders once a year, or maybe once every couple of years, you know, maybe, or just specific promo cards. I think they can bring back yellow borders just in a smaller, nostalgic way.
So one thing I would love to see is I would love to see them do silver borders like this. If I can get that close. Oh fuck, the light's not there.
I already know what that is. If it's an e-reader, I will slap you for it. Oh my god.
Wouldn't that be great to see silver borders like that? I would love that.
On an e-reader?
No. Like a series that like a future set that has that corner border with the lines. I think that would look sick, man.
Well, yeah. I mean, Expedition, Skyrocket, and Aquapolis are 3 of the greatest sets ever created by man for any TCG overall period, let alone Pokemon.
Yeah, I would love to see that. Okay, so Camel, the print quality, Temporal Forces, Twilight Masquerade, better print quality. Yeah, hey, I mean, I think I'm going to answer this one. So he's asking basically, if the print quality is better, will it affect prices of the Magikarp? But yeah, I mean, if there's more population, it will help to a certain point. I mean, flippers aren't going to be paying as much if the profit isn't there. I mean, would you agree with that, Dan, or no?
I just read this question real quick that says, how can so much sexy be in one place at one time?
Wait, who wrote that? Was that a lady or a guy?
Hashtag SDC in the chat.
Oh, no,
I'm sorry. I just was I was so, as they say, one-manned by that sexy comment.
SDC is always there. I appreciate it. I appreciate that. I love that.
Okay, sorry. What did you say? Oh my god.
I don't remember. 30th anniversary or something. Actually, I read something the other day that's I think it was Pokey Nips. I don't know if anyone follows her on Instagram. I think she's really got a really cool account. I think she posts.
She's very professional, very, very mature. Doesn't ever get into any shit with Possum Bud whatsoever.
Quite honestly, I like the post that she makes on Instagram. I think she's pretty clever. She was like, "Hey, we're going to be in a recession in 2026." She's like, "The Pokemon 30th anniversary." No, I actually like. I think
serious. He is being serious. Okay, I'm just checking. I'm just making sure you're being.
I actually enjoy her content. I mean, hey, if you want to look at Possum Boobs on Instagram, you can do that anytime. I like the stuff she posts about Pokemon, and she's like, "Hey, we're going to be in a recession in 2026. Pokemon's 30th anniversary won't be all it's cracked up to be." So, hot take there. Out of all the ways to invest in Pokemon, do you think booster boxes are the best? What do you think?
Okay, so I'm so glad. Who asked that question? Your mom? Okay.
Your mom asked that question.
Okay, your mom. Thank you for asking that question. That's such a perfect question to ask because all right. So I don't do sealed investing, as you may have noticed. Anytime I ever talk about anything card related, I'm talking about raw Pokemon cards. That's it, or graded. I'll talk about graded. Like I even started my channel on PSA returns, so I have no problem with grading cards. But the reason I don't talk about anything graded, sealed, pardon me, is because I think the philosophy behind sealed investing is so simple that the more effort you put into it, the more thought you put into it, the more you're just going to do yourself a disservice and not have near as big a gains down the road. So here's what I mean. What I'm trying to say is Nostalgianomics, that guy, his entire channel is pointless. All he needs to do is say, buy sealed booster boxes, everything sealed goes up. End of story. Done. Doesn't matter. pick a good price point. Obviously, everything is about your entry. Okay, buy low, sell high. Duh. But if Steam Siege, if Breakthrough, if Breakpoint, if Steam Siege, if Steam Siege, if Steam Siege can do it, any set can do it. Okay? I remember when there was so much goddamn Steam Siege lying around everywhere, and that's all you could fucking find was this dog shit Crimson Invasion. This, oh my god.
Which
But
set are
look
you
how
talking
much.
about? Did you say Steam Siege?
Yeah. Oh god. But the Crimson ones, the Crimson Invasion and the one right before, right after, they're so bad. They are just like Darkness Ablaze is hands down the worst set ever by far, and it's no question. Like Darkness Ablaze is way worse than Pokemon Go, but Steam Siege, Crimson Invasion, the other fucking one, they're all worth what? 200, 300 booster box. So the point I'm trying to get at, as far as keeping it, like, keep it simple, stupid, the more you take what money you could invest into sealed booster boxes and allocate that to ultra premium collection boxes, premium collection boxes, 3-pack blisters, 1-pack blisters, ETBs, all that extra stuff is one, it's way less, it's way more sedentary, it's way more stagnant, there's way less volume, there's way less people interested in buying. You might see your product that you bought whatever 2 years ago collection box sit at $65 with a flat line for a year straight, boring as hell. Meanwhile, the sets of the booster boxes associated with, so when you're talking about storage, when you're talking about shipping, when you're talking about the amount of space per pack, there's a reason why booster boxes are by far and away the best product to invest in. And there's no real reason to look other than sealed booster boxes. They're straight to the point. There's 36 packs in a very small amount of space that you can store easily. So again, I don't talk about sealed investing because I think, one, yeah, it's the, autopilot easy mode. Here's what you do. Buy a bunch of booster boxes. 3 to 5 years later, flip them so you can use those gains to reinvest into doing it again. And then just do that on repeat and you'll make a shit ton of money. You'll make way more money than, oh, wait, should I do these Charizard UPCs? Maybe I want to do this. Or, ooh, that Greninja box coming out looks so cool. I'm going to buy a bunch of those. Just stick to booster boxes and you will be far more probably successful than anything else. That's my opinion.
Very true. So yes is the answer. Rock Sandy. So actually, I want to address this comment. So Pokenips also said Pokemon is printing vintage boxes and sending them to content creators. And he's laughing. Sandy, don't act like you haven't been offered the deal. I know Dan has, and I have as well. As soon as you hit 2,000 on any platform, followers, subscribers, Esteban from Wizards of the Coast X calls you, and he says, hey, I got some first edition fossil. If you guys want to open some of it on your channel, you can't tell anyone where it came from, but I'm just going to tell you, the cards are going to be a little warm. They're going to be a little warm. So, yeah, of course they're reprinting all that stuff. You know that. You've been offered the deal too. Don't act like
I just checked. I only have 1,884 subs, so I haven't actually got that email yet.
No, well, you had it on your old account on Insta.
Oh,
you would have got it
right.
there. You would have gotten Pokemon. Your mum, Steam Siege is my mum's favorite set. Well, my mum doesn't.
There's a nice Gardevoir in there and a nice Yveltal. There's a couple nice cards in Steam Siege. It's not terrible.
Wait, is Bill Smith Lewis from Pokestop 519? I don't know if that's true or not. This guy hides his identity for alimony reasons. Maybe I'm thinking of
Guardians Rising. He's right. Guardians Rising
yeah.
was the other one that I was like, oh god.
Yeah. With
Crimson Invasion and Guardians Rising. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So Bill told me he watches me in bed with his girlfriend, and I'm going to come to your shop tomorrow. So I look forward to hearing of the evening that happened with you guys after watching. How about graded seal booster packs? I cannot read. I'm sorry.
I have some info on that.
Go on. What's going on right now?
I actually, yeah. That's funny. I was gonna say I have a friend that sent me some. So I have a buddy. His name is T. Sharon, and he lives in Seattle. So just hint right there. So yeah, he graded a first edition fossil, a base set unlimited, and I think a first edition jungle pack, and he got like Gem Mint 10, Gem Mint 10, and I think Mint 9 on the base set. And this is a guy who just got into Pokemon last summer with Scarlet and Violet 151, like everyone else. And this guy is grading vintage Wizards of the Coast packs in the PSA slabs and getting 9s and 10s. And I cannot tell you how jealous I was when I looked at those photos. So I'm a huge fan. I think there's so many people that want to grade one of everything, and the whole graded pack, one of every set to ever come out. Like, that's going to become a much more popular thing where everyone needs to have one of every pack artwork in a slab. Absolutely. And then side note, Rob, tell me what you think about this, Rob.
Yeah, okay.
An Umbreon artwork Evolving Skies pack. So a modern, just regular one out of the 4 artworks.
A regular booster, not like a sealed blister or anything, or a
regular booster pack is all we're talking about. Just a regular $10 booster pack of Evolving Skies. You get it graded in a Gem Mint 10. They sell on eBay right now, today, for over $100. Buy it now.
What does it cost to grade a booster pack?
I believe it's $25, maybe $30. Obviously, it's more than a card, but
oh my God,
$10 Evolving Skies pack. I think maybe with the membership, $25 or $30. That's $40. And let's say you send in a ton of Evolving Skies packs. I'm just saying, people. And this one that just sold had like 80 watchers at buy it now for 100, and somebody bought it now. So for an ultra modern Sword and Shield pack with Umbreon on the Evolving Skies, Gem, and I don't know how the hell PSA decides how to grade a pack of Evolving Skies. Like, is it really easy or really hard to get a Gem Mint 10 on a pack of Evolving Skies? I have no freaking idea.
I don't know. Maybe they're controlling the pop. Hold on a sec. Let me have a look.
But all I'm saying is you can turn a $10 pack of Evolving Skies, invest $20, $30 and sell it for $100 on eBay, apparently. Like, because that just happened yesterday. So I'm just throwing that out there.
I'm starting to think I'm missing out on a lot of money here, man. I could be grading these packs. One sec. Okay, so look, Pokeani's like adding fuel to the fire here. Like, sorry, that's the wrong comment. He said the idea that
I read that.
Yeah, look, the idea that Pokemon would print vintage to send to influencers when they don't see vintage is wild. Look, I've seen your like investment, your Raiders of the Lost Ark stuff there, and I zoomed in really close. Brian, and I saw that it said fossil, and then in brackets it says reprint 2023.
Keep talking.
You have some of that shit as well, man. Don't act like you don't have it. So Lewis is saying that they're so hard to get 10s. This is the first time hearing this. I never knew about this, so I'm pretty impressed. Evo, is Rob still sober or is he doing shots on Tennessee? Yeah, no, I'm just on Summersby, but yeah, I've got through a couple. It's very sugary, so I don't know. Maybe I've just got a little bit of energy too. Let's go in. Rock Sandy says, "Lol." He knows. Like, him and Opossum Bud have all these friggin' fossil things. I know they do. They've already taken the deal.
Opossum Bud is the dirtiest. He's the secret dirtiest one of them all.
He works at the fucking printing place.
He's the fucking ringleader.
It's quality
Opossum
control.
Bud, everyone's like, oh, it's just little Opossum Bud. Oh, save the day. No, he's the real. One of these days, he will be exposed.
He's the real criminal here.
Speaking of Opossum Bud, I haven't. So after the Cool Trainer Ryan video, OKJ Love, I talked to OKJ Love a lot after that, actually. But I don't know if like some of his social justice warrior crap vibed off on me, but like I haven't made a drama video, I think, since that Cool Trainer Ryan video.
That's a shame, because I like your drama videos.
I'm actually working on another Twice Baked Jake one, because that little bitch. I'm sorry. I fucking hate. Okay, let me check myself. Twice Baked Jake is becoming the biggest sellout in Pokemon content. I tried to watch as a fan one of Twice Baked Jake's newest videos. In the first 4 minutes was an advertisement for Drip Shop Live.
Oh, yeah. I honestly, man, I don't know. Look, you got to keep the revenue going. You don't know what people's situation is, but I don't know. I'm not into that.
I'm sorry.
This stream is brought to you by Drip Ship. Go and drip some shit now.
Drip shit live. Better than what? Bullshit. Both trash. Yep. Oh, come on.
I
Sorry,
thought
I'm
I had a
struggling.
bunch of Umbreons, but I just have Rayquaza and fucking Sylveon.
A bunch of what Umbreons? What the hell are you talking
The packs,
about?
the loose
Altards?
packs. Yeah, I thought I had a
Oh.
bunch of them.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
I
Yeah,
was
just
going to
take
ask
all
you
the
if you thought it
Umbreons.
was a 10. I was going to say, hey, is it 110?
I don't know, dude. Just take all the Umbreons and just send them all in together and see what happens.
Yeah, Brian, I did fucking catch you. Do you think One Piece will hold its value? I have no idea. Anyone know about One Piece?
I think One Piece will do so much better, actually. Okay, look. Let me say this. I am not an expert on One Piece. I am not even an expert on anime in general. Side note, my favorite content creators are Japanese-based anime content creators like Trash Taste, like Connor, Joey, Sea Dog VA. Like, I don't watch anime like hardcore. Like, I'm not into One Piece or Jujutsu Kaisen or anything, but I'm obsessed with anime content creators. Just throwing that out there. I have no idea why, if that even makes sense.
You like what you like. Evo, he exposes people but keeping himself hidden. Very smart, to be honest. Who's this? Is it Possum? He's
Possum's
AI
not
as
in
well.
here.
He's AI as no. I don't know who he was talking about. It depends on Netflix live action. If it keeps we're talking about One Piece.
Pokey and E, how much are 151 booster boxes down to? Like $70 right now? Something like that.
I love Twice Baked saying I don't care about the art. At his channel. I guess he can say what
He genuinely went. Can I just let me just stop? Let me just sum up what I was saying about
drama.
Twice
This
Baked
is the
Jake.
drama, sure. Yeah, here we go.
Okay, so first of all, Twice Baked Jake used to be your friendly neighborhood Pokemon content creator. Okay, am I wrong? Like literally for the last 4 years, up until specifically, that infamous video he made like 3 months ago, I personally, as someone who watches Pokemon content over the last 4 or 5 years, I've loved viewing Jake as a guy who was like this innocent, means no hidden agenda, no bullshit, just a guy who has been loving Pokemon cards for years. And he makes great little pack openings and, hey, welcome to the hobby. And so, you get what you get. I always thought it was funny how small his hands are, but, whatever. Okay. So, but then for him to just play absolute stupid and just be like, I totally get it now. Yeah, ribbon shipping. But then here's the worst part is he'll constantly say, oh, we're going to give away all this free stuff. Like, it's totally fine because we're going to give away like a whole booster box and a sealed this and a sealed that. And it's like, okay, if Drip Shop or whatnot, if they have all this sealed product to give to you, to give away to your fans, well, these companies don't just shit this stuff out, okay? All this stuff costs money. And where does that money come from? It comes from people now who are, your viewers, your fans, your clientele, whatever. Like, the hobby is way too goddamn expensive, okay? And it is very dangerous for a lot of people who aren't able to manage their finances very well. And now you're going to take your collection of people that you've earned trust over 3 or 4 years and be like, okay, well, now give me your money. Don't give it to Pokemon. Give me all your money.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I want your money. And so Twice Baked Jake, just by virtue of being in the hobby and knowing how expensive shit is, knows how dangerous it can be to just be in this hobby and try to balance everyday life on top of that. Like, the Pokemon Company is the biggest IP in the world by far for a very good reason. And a big part of that, no one likes to talk about it, is addiction. You don't sell the same product over and over and over and over and over again for zero reason whatsoever. People buy that because they're addicted to the chase, the hit, the rush you get in your bloodstream when you pull that big card. And that's the Pokemon Company, okay? It's wolf in sheep's clothing. It's gambling for little children. It is what it is. And Twice Baked Jake knows that. And so for him to go from that neighborhood friendly Pokemon content creator to give me all your money, I want a premium, I want the money. It's just, I don't know. As an actual fan of his, I hated it. So not just as I need content and I need to make a video. I can make videos about whatever I want. I can make a tier list. I can make, and the number one easiest video for me to make is the ones that get by far and away the most views, which are the ones where I just hop on TCG Player and I talk about Pokemon card prices. Those videos take me no time to edit, have zero thought, zero effort, and they are by far my most watched videos. My Rock Sandy card prison binder video took me 3.5 fucking days to film. I had to go find a rock. I had to you know what I mean? How many views, you know what I mean? Like how many fucking views did that video get? 700, like 1/10 what, one of my random weekly Pokemon card videos. And I know that and I'm okay with that and it's fine. I'm just saying, like, money already has too big of a hold. And for someone like Twice Baked Jake to, have his cake and try to eat it too, like, no, fuck no. And I still gave his newest video a chance. And after 3.5 minutes into his video, he wouldn't shut up about his upcoming drip shop live rip break fuck boy shit. I was like, I don't even care about this video anymore. Screw you, Twice Baked Jake. And in fact, now I might make a video about you again, part 2. Anyway,
a little bit of drama. Hey, no, I love what you're saying there, man. I really do. I think it's something people don't talk about enough. And yeah, I mean, I can empathize too. I mean, I spent a long time putting my deluxe 151 master set video together, and it was I loved it. I loved doing it, right? And I mean, you can tell when something is a labor of love, and yeah, like, hey, look, these prices are going crazy. Like that's kind of
thanks, Rob.
People want to watch that stuff, right? And I really liked that video too. I love the intro to it. It was one of the best videos I think I'd seen like for a little bit. It was really funny too. I like when videos made me laugh, right? And it was
hey,
100%. I mean, what are you doing out here? Like, yeah, he just
you're talking about the Rock Sandy video?
Yeah, I love that. I love that video. I thought it was awesome.
Just the hat alone, the Ash Ketchum hat that I had to like tape to the rock. Like that alone, I was like, on Google Images for like 20 minutes just finding the perfect Ash Ketchum hat to go with the shape of the rock. So, I mean,
it was great. I think I saw the teaser. Did you post something on Insta about that? Because I saw it and was like, oh shit, this is fucking awesome.
It was on the community tab on the YouTube community. Yeah. I posted a picture of
I love that.
Looking up at me. You know what? Hey, real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I got it right here. Here it is.
Good job, Roosevelt. You did it.
What's up? It's Rock Sandy, everybody.
Oh, I love that.
Hey,
I love that.
You guys like waifus? Waifus?
My dog, she's like, what the hell's going on? I'm gonna leave him right here. This rock is actually very, very heavy.
It is exactly what his real head looks like, his non-AI head. Only females get the views on binder vids. Yeah, I don't know. I tried the boobs. It didn't work. People don't want the boobs. From
Rock Sandy's got a beer now. Rock, you're too young for that, Rock. What are you doing, Rock?
I wondered where I got. Oh, YouTube users doing a great job with stuff. It's Cryptomon. Hello, Crypto. Always a great. I always get a smile when I see you comment or pop up. You're such an awesome guy. I really genuinely mean that. Tough trainer gay, lol, Rock. Man, there's so many comments.
Roxanne. Hey, we forgot. I was supposed to do my little announcement or whatever. Can we talk about him for a sec?
Yeah, sure. So one sec. Evo, yeah, I'm sorry. It was a fun video. It was Father's Day. I was obviously fucking around. Yeah, it was a fun one. Go ahead, my friend.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, the people who follow my channel, they know. Like, so TCA Gaming. Okay. So Russell Oakley is government name. Okay. Rusty. This guy back 4 or 5 years ago when I got back into Pokemon and Pokemon content, there was way less options, There was like Lee and Hart and then like 4 other people. But one of those 4 other people was TCA Gaming. And the reason I premise it that way, because I don't know if he's as, just by virtue of sheer inundation of the amount of content creators there are everywhere today compared to 5 years ago. I don't know if he's as famous as he used to be. But from my point of view, like TCA Gaming, Rusty, he is the whole reason I started eBay selling. He is the guy I found when I didn't want to watch Leonhardt videos that I ended up, falling in love with. And he's definitely the reason I started like selling on eBay. And he was my first ever channel member. Like,
is Rusty the Charizard authority?
Yes.
Okay.
He's
so
literally the greatest seller in the history of eBay. And he did it selling Pokemon cards.
Can I interrupt you just really quickly? So I don't know if you guys
the guy who has uncut sheets, uncut air this.
This is like 2013 when I'm buying shit from Rusty. And he's telling me I can't move these products. And he's talking, I can put it up another time. I won't put it up on the screen, but he basically
started YouTubing back then.
Yeah, he's telling me I keep pulling my listings down because no one is buying base set booster boxes and first edition Charizard
for $1,000.
I don't have any fucking money at this point. I just like moved into my house. I'm like, just discovered property tax. And this guy is like literally offering me gold. And I'm like, dude, I just
talking 11 years ago.
I'm talking, look, dude, I'm serious. Like 2013. I don't know if you can see it very well.
What is that?
This is emails from him and me. We're talking.
Oh, it's an email.
We're talking about fucking stuff I've been buying from him. Where does it say? Actually, I'm actually harassing him a little bit because my stuff hasn't arrived on time.
You don't give a fuck about Rusty. You don't know who he is. You don't care. You're just
exactly.
Like,
this is what I did. So I got my Charizard here is from him. I bought a near mint Charizard from him, an unlimited Charizard. Where the fuck is it? It's his one. And
so
I graded
you knew Rusty literally over a decade ago. Like you at least had interactions with him.
So like what a crazy fucking world, man. Like he had so much stuff, and I remember very clearly that's the evolution. I remember so clearly being like, man, that first edition one is like $100 more. I can't fucking afford that. Like, yeah. Crazy. Sorry, I had to do that.
Whoa, sorry. That wasn't me. That was the Papago. The Papago is good. Hey, by the way, I don't know if you can get this outside of Arizona. Hey, Tyler, this is good. This is good. I'm gonna read the comments since you're not.
Yeah.
Inept card collector. Only females get the views on binder vids. Cryptomon. Evening, gents. Hope all is well. Tough Trainer K. LOL. Rock. Roxanne. LMFAO. I'm dead. Derek Sharon. VMP. Oh. So Derek Sharon, this guy Derek in the chat, he's my source of the Pokemon Center vending machine intel. Actually,
what is the? I don't know what this is. What is that? What is the intel?
Do you know? Do you not know about the Pokemon Center vending machines?
Tell me.
So that's the thing. Oh my god! Can we talk about the Pokemon Center vending machines real quick?
Please do. I have to pee soon. I'm gonna go and pee soon. But please, let's talk about it.
I feel like you telling me you had to pee soon just killed my.
Do you want? Look, I tell you what. Why don't we do this? I'm gonna pee. I'm gonna come back. Can you entertain everyone for a minute 30 seconds?
I can very easily do that. Okay, go now. Chat. Now is your chance. I'm staring at my phone in the chat. There might be a 10-second delay. I don't know. What do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? Answer questions. Tell me now. I'm looking at the chat. All I see is take a whiz bra. You're making me anxious. I know. That's why I made him go do it. I don't like it when people in my immediate area have to pee. It makes me want to pee. Rob is going to need an extra 2 minutes. Yeah. He's an old soul. It might take him a while to work up the, get it out of there. Oh. All right. Best card to buy right now. Baxcalibur illustration rare from Palaea Evolved, $9.80. You're welcome. Probably buy 10 of them if you want to make some. $5. He shakes it 3 times. If you shake it more than twice, you're playing with it. We all know that. Yo, Brew, stop pumping the crowd on, but keep pumping it because It's under $60. It's already, you know, it's dead. No one cares about Groudon. Talk about TCG player manipulation. It's only a matter of time. So Arizona TCG, let's see, price charting, Arizona. So as long as pricecharting.com stops looking like a Microsoft Word fucking document, the problem with all of that manipulation is that TCG player has way too big of a hold on the entire Pokemon TCG community. From every card shop using TCG player to look up how much they're going to sell the card to you. It's an endemic, an epidemic, a problem. It's, as the years go on, other websites such as Arizona TCG price charting, they're going to become a bigger rival, I think, to TCG player. But in the current community, the current climate, TCG player has a very unusual, very unnatural hold on the market values of a large amount of the TCGs associated with it, primarily Pokemon. So it is very, very easy currently for anybody to manipulate cards via TCG player. And because TCG player, so many other third-party sites, Pokemon card sellers, card shops use TCG player, it works. So until it's TCG player, you know, it's going to take time, is all I'm saying. And I think more and more people are going to not just use TCG player as their end-all be-all for card market values. I think that they will get second opinions on eBay or Arizona TCG or pricecharting.com. And that will become a bigger and bigger thing, is like, okay, well, it's this price on TCG player, but so on cards that get pumped, you know, it's a big problem on TCG player. But I think over the next few years, as more and more people realize the unnatural slice of the pie TCG player has, it'll start to go away.
I hope so. I love TCG player and I hate it at the same time.
They had the worst ever article. I'm sorry, whoever writes their articles, they just wrote these cards like a this week's hottest cards article. Just a simple, hey, these are the hardest cards of the week, is I think posted yesterday. It was literally one of the worst reads I've ever seen. And the cards they were showing weren't even like up. They were up like 2%. It was so weird. Anyway,
you think they'd,
I don't know who
they'd have some kind of algo that just tells them what's going up, right? Like some kind of scraping site that does that.
I read the article and then I went and did my usual weekly thing where I go look at the cards and figure out what's going to be in my next video. And within 10 minutes, I found like 10 or 12 cards that were clearly going up, that were exciting to talk about, that were new, that weren't in the TCG player article. I was like, what the fuck?
So how much time do you spend on TCGplayer.com?
You know, I mean, to give you an honest answer, maybe 10 minutes a day.
Okay, all right. Okay, that's not too bad. Do you have more bookmark?
But every day. I don't
10 minutes a day is an hour and 10 minutes a week.
Yeah, absolutely.
Do you type it out every time, or do you have more bookmarks?
Often. Well, I mean, so for TCG player, you know, I'll look at every Scarlet and Violet set one after another. I'll look at Crown Zenith, Galarian Gallery specifically. I'll look at all trainer galleries, and then I'll look at, well, the 4 trainer gallery sets of Sword and Shield. And then I'll branch out from there if I know of anything else going on. Or like, you know, the first half of Sword and Shield, you kind of have to just straight up go look at those sets individually. Because, you know, they're not alt arts. But there are cards in some of those sets, like the Marnie, for example. I think the full art Marnie at $40 from Sword and Shield base, still an amazing deal. But yeah, it doesn't take that long, and I enjoy doing it. And it's just like, for me, like checking TCG players, like checking your Instagram. You know?
Okay.
You know, it's what I do, because again, like, you know, it was like 6-9 months ago. I was like, you know what? There's something about a possum, but he's not actually in here, right? Okay, no.
I don't know.
So
I like Nick, though, just so you know. I'm not going to say anything bad about it.
There's a lot of good things that he has instilled in me early on, like when I first started YouTubing. And one of those things is just having an appreciation for the card itself, the art, the hobby itself, and not caring. Like you hear him talk about, you know, all the people that would blow him up, like, yo, your binder of waifus is worth like $30 billion, bro. And he's like, I don't care. I don't give a shit. That's great. But they're mine. They're mine. I don't want to, you know, like, I love that. And, you know, when I first started YouTubing, it was about PSA returns. And then, it was about some other stuff or whatever. And I got into the investor stuff or whatever. But then I really fell in love with the be yourself, tell it like it is, just be who you are. Basically anti-Leonhardt content, right? And that's what somebody say like a possum butt is. It's the farthest thing you can possibly get from a Leonhardt video, yet it's still a Pokemon card video, right? Yeah. So anyway, a lot of that. I would almost say like the guy, the kid, the bud, the Nick. You know how short he is? He's like 5'2". He's so fucking tiny.
I've seen some
I don't think, but he is mighty as hell when it comes to his voice. But yeah, so like master setting or binder collections, I was such a simp for PSA grading and gem mint 10s and like grading in general because I love structure. I love being OCD. I love pop reports. I love numbers. So like a raw card, the fact that it has condition that can be totally, subjective by any person versus this is a 10, this is a 9, this is 8. So the whole grading process and, putting your collectible in a protected scenario and giving it that kind of anchor of a price for that, the grade price per grade anchor, that all is very, I love all of that or whatever. And that is very appealing to me. But Nick, the whole like, let's just take it for what it is. The cards in a binder, they look beautiful. The art, the artist, all that really like just started to rub off on me. And then before I knew it, I was like, I just want to master set everything. That's my new priority. So yeah, I graded 500 cards last year and it's been 6 months since I've graded a single card. And instead, all I've been doing is attempting to master set everything from Crown Zenith on. And I'm almost done. I got a few Temporal Force cards, a few Twilight Masquerade SIRs, and that's it. So yeah.
Pogyraz says, "Hi Rob. Look, I'm just gonna say this about Nick's videos. I usually like him a lot, but his tier lists, if anyone's watching his tier lists, are out to lunch. His wife knows what a tier list should be. I think he's
awful. His tier list is awful.
I like watching the videos. There's nothing wrong with the editing or the format. It's just like, I know you're just doing it for engagement. On the off chance you see this, I know it. Like putting he had Flareon from Jungle.
Can we talk shit about him real quick? Can I talk shit about him?
I like him.
I want to talk shit about him.
I'm worried I'm going to end up, you know what, quite honestly, I got to share this. Sometimes when I make videos, I'm like, nah, I shouldn't say that. I'll end up on a Boston Bud video. Like,
that's always a check. That's always like a.
It is a great check to have. It's like, nah, I shouldn't say that. That's just too stupid. Short stack Virgin Gang. Hope you're doing all right. I'm doing all right. I like that from Annette. I love that. Hey,
I will say this. Look, let me just say this about Nick, though. Let me just say this. A couple things. One, the dude. He's one of those guys who is obsessed with pronouncing things differently from the mainstream. Like, I don't know if you've noticed that, but there's a lot of like Pokemon trainer names or Pokemon names that he'll pronounce a certain way that he feels is the articulate, the correct way, the meant to be pronunciation. And that kind of shit, like, it's funny. I don't know. It's just funny to me. Like, he's like a very articulate, very like, he does it the professional, like the right way, but then his whole channel is based on talking shit and grilling others. So it's just he's a funny collection of things all in one. He knows what he's talking about. He's exceptionally knowledgeable, but he's like obsessed with pronouncing everything perfectly while he's shitting on you. Which I think
so I say Lugia, not
Lugia.
I said Lugia. I don't know why. That's the way I read it. Some of these names, I just read it. But I don't know. I watch almost every one of his videos. I think he's a fucking legend. So I hope. Right. My goal is one day to have him on the show. And I was honestly, when I got to do that investor stream, and I was very lucky to do that. As soon as I saw him land in that chat, I was like, oh shit! And he is such a nice guy. Like just really just a genuine person. And my very limited interactions with him, he's just fucking. He's a legend.
You know who I'm not starting to like real quick? Can we look, I feel like I'm helping you. Let's talk a little more. Let's talk about drama. Can I just tell you who I'm souring
sure,
on?
whatever. I'm down.
Can I just tell you who I'm starting to be like, not roll my eyes towards, but I feel like if the guy doesn't, okay. Long story short, this might shock some people because the guy loves me and he's shouted me out. I have no reason to say this. This guy is fucking awesome to me. Like literally, he's literally screamed at the top of his lungs, MimikBrew, follow him, yada yada. I'm talking about Pokevault. So Pokevault,
Okay.
this guy, one, I already know because people message me all the time, and I get messages like, "Hey, what's your thoughts on Pokeball? I don't like him anymore. He's starting to piss me off." There's a lot of things about Pokeball, so I'm hearing a lot of this, right? Just that kind of vibe, like he's souring on a lot of people, but never a specific thing, never an acute scenario, never whatever. My single biggest issue, my personal issue with him, just in general, is what is he up to? 110,000 subscribers. And what does he do for a living? He has a real career, a real job where he essentially just mails it in and works from home every day. Like he's got a cake job. I won't go off of that, but what it makes for him to have the ability to do is have a lot of time off to work his breaks, to make a shit ton of money, being Pokevault, managing his YouTube channel, and that's what he does 24/7. All I'm saying is, if you're someone who is being compensated egregiously, like I've gone on his website, I've looked at the prices people are paying to rip open his little 5, you get 2 packs of this, 1 pack of that, 1 pack of this, 1 pack of that to be open live on your stream. I've seen the prices. All I'm saying is he is making a shit ton of money. He is someone that is viewed as a professional in this line of work, in this hobby, in this content creation community. And I think he needs to do a way fucking better job of just knowing bare basics. Like the kind of shit that everyone watching knows and he doesn't know. Like there will be the amount of cards that this guy will rip open and either, oh, no, we don't like that. And it's like a $200 card. Like it's the Chase fucking card from some Sun and Moon set. And he had no idea, or like, all I'm saying is his overall card knowledge is fucking laughable for a guy who opens up Pokemon cards all day, every day. And he's being compensated to the extent to where he is making a shit ton of money going out buying sealed products, selling Pokemon packs. Like, how much are his vault packs, the purple packs, the mystery packs?
I don't even know. I don't know.
They're a lot of money, and they're all a ripoff. We all know that Danny Phantom packs were the only good ones. All I'm saying is, he likes to play stupid, and it's part of his shtick. It's part of his niche. Like, oh, I'm just the really handsome guy who talks about my perfect jawline. It's like, bro, how do you not know any market values of any fucking cards when this is your literal profession and livelihood? So anyway.
I've had, so first, I want to address some of the comments here. So Roosevelt, I don't know if Roosevelt is your biggest fan or doesn't like me. I'm really enjoying my chat right now. I'm enjoying if I didn't want to talk to Dan, I would have already said I've got to go. I'm enjoying it. I think I'm actually liking it quite a lot. A real bloodbath. Yes, there is a little bit of drama here. I am paying attention. I'm hearing what's going on.
Get him out of here.
I'm out of my depth. So quite honestly, I've had no interactions with Volt. I don't watch his channel very often.
I've talked to him a lot. I'm being an asshole to him, and I don't have any.
Yeah, I've never had an interaction with the guy. I've watched some of his videos a while ago, and I never had anything that stood out to me as bad. But look, if you're saying that, then yeah, that's
all I'm saying. Like, it's very simple. I'm just saying you should be an expert in your craft. I'm just saying you should know, like, if you're going to dedicate a large portion of your life to a specific thing, you should know a lot about it, and you should know more than your viewers, or at least as much as your viewers, right? You're the professional. You're the one people are watching, okay? You should, at the very least, know the Chase Pokemon card from the set that you are opening on stream live that someone just paid you $80 to open and pulled nothing. Okay? Like, there's some things with Lucia and Rayquaza and some X and Y. There's just some very rudimentary, basic, iconic cards that this guy is just clueless about sometimes. And that's where I'm like, Whereas a guy like TCA Gaming knows fucking everything. You know what I mean? And doesn't even care and doesn't talk about how handsome he is and doesn't try to like, comment, subscribe. Whoa, you know what I mean? So his heart's in the right place. He's a good human being. And I love Pokeball. Absolutely. To be honest, can I just say this? Last year, I made that Pokemon TCG Content Creator Awards of 2023 video. And I made PokeVault. Or not PokeVault. PokeRev. Made PokeRev the overall #1 content creator of the year. Duh. He didn't like all of them. Sean, you know, Ryan, and PokeRev. I was a nobody back then. I was still Pokedan. I had like 30 videos, you know, whatever. And these dudes that very night, like they didn't just message on the video, like talking about, you know, like watch the video and in the comment section. They like all messaged me separately on Instagram. But PokeRev, he sent me what I'm trying to get to is PokeRev had no reason to say anything other than, hey, thanks, right? He sent me a massive fucking essay of a thank you. Like it was a real award show. Like it was just me, you know, it was just Pokedan, my YouTube channel, a goofy little award show, right? And he was honored. He was like legitimately honored to be the winner of my make-believe award show that I made. And, you know, Ryan was in the comment section giving Vault shit and Rev shit and talking crap about who and this and that. And everyone was having a good time with it. But so all those guys, even when I was a complete nobody, have been amazing to me. Like Ryan and I have talked a few times. For a guy, you know, I only have I don't even have 2,000 subs, but I've been very fortunate. Like TCA Gaming's inviting me over to his house in a couple weeks. And he's like Neil deGrasse Tyson, the astrophysicist, and TCA Gaming. Those are the two people on planet Earth I want to meet most. And I'm going over to TCA's house. Like, that's just crazy to me. You know what I mean?
Can you ask Neil deGrasse if the Earth is really flat? Like I'm really doubting myself because I read all these things and see these TikToks. Like I'm starting to wonder. So if you could just get back to me on that one, I would love that. Evo.
Nick is the GOAT Rock. I read that. So I'm always reading the chat.
Well, Evo wanted to know what my favorite Pokemon is. Sorry to say this. It's a toss up between Mew and Mewtwo. I don't know why. Like I spent so many hours of my childhood looking under that truck for Mew, and there was just something about finding Mewtwo in the cave in red that just left an imprint on my brain. So that's
Sylveon. Sylveon, Mew, and Mimikyu are my 3 favorite, and Bulbasaur be number 4.
I bought this today in honor of our chat. I got this was like $25, the Xbox. I was like, I gotta have something up with Mimikyu.
There you go. Don't open that shit.
Oh no, it's gone to the moon.
Yeah, no, that box, that EX box, that 4-pack 1995. Oh, that's to the moon. That's the kind of shit I'm talking about. There's a million things to buy, right? And you're just doing yourself a disservice if you buy anything other than sealed booster boxes.
Just buy booster boxes. Hey, family fun, Flat with Jess. I see you a lot of the times on my videos, and your comments always make me smile. Thank you very much. John Francis. MimikBrew is PokeTubing, knows more about the hobby than most. I agree. I feel like a fraud sometimes, quite honestly. Yeah, that's why I love watching your channel.
You're just the Canadian guy who talks about Japanese stuff.
I like Japanese. I don't know. I like Japanese sets.
For American viewers.
I'm very interested. And by the way, I am from England originally, but I've been here for 15 years. My wife's Canadian. My kids are Canadian. NDT doesn't even collect sealed booster boxes though.
Who the fuck is NDT? Oh, Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I'm sure he does. He's got to have some. He's got some
the astrophysicist. Yeah.
Some flash fire. Okay, Mew. Mew is good. Yeah, I like Mew a lot.
Thievul. I do like the Thievul Galarian Gallery card from Crown Zenith. It's decent.
What is this? Roosevelt Corneo is resealing packs and sending them people. Please don't do that. That's so mean. Don't reseal back.
Tough Trainer K a couple hours ago on Instagram told me he lives only 2 hours away from you and he's going to come over tonight.
Tough Trainer K. Yeah, if you're near, let's have a beer, man. That's cool.
I know it's true. I know he lives in Canada. He hits me up all the time.
I'm not Australian. We used to get this a lot when we went on vacation as kids. I'm from Watford, England originally. Grew up in a place called High Wycombe. and since about 11. And then when I was 20, I moved to Canada. And
I thought you were Australian too.
yeah, so when we went on vacation, we would meet other English families, and they would say, "Where are you guys from? You from Australia?" We're like, "No, we're from Watford, mate." I'm actually the milkman's son. My dad had a business delivering bottles of milk. Back in the day, you would leave a glass bottle of milk out on your doorstep, and the milkman
Like
would
the
come
real
and pick it up.
2-liter.
That
Like
yeah,
the
it
big
was a
old glass.
pint of milk,
Pint.
right?
Pint is what it is. Okay.
And he would replace it with a new one. And then obviously supermarkets took over all that shit. So I was driving, whatever, I was 8 years old. I would drive an electric milk recycling truck. How ahead of the fucking
What the fuck
time
are you
was
talking
this
about right
idea?
now?
I'm like, this was back in the day, man. Like, what a freaking weird.
This was where
weird
again?
It was in England. We blew
In England,
through
in
like
England,
in
yeah.
central London. This is it, man. In London, England. Elon Musk does collect Pokemon. He's tweeted many times about buying Evolving Skies. It is true.
He's also an avid Elden Ring player, by the way. Oh, real quick, can I? Because I'm gonna forget.
Okay, go.
Do you watch? Like, are you a fan of Game of Thrones, House of Dragon?
Yeah, I haven't seen House of Dragon. I'm waiting till it's finished, but I've seen all the Game of Thrones. I've read the books. Yeah.
Okay, real quick for the viewers, for the people, the newest episode what is today? Tuesday. 2 nights ago, there was an episode of House of Dragon. This would be season 2, episode 4 or episode 5. The newest episode of House of Dragon, Rob. Can I tell you this right now? It's the first time in human history, Rob. It is the first time in human history in all forms of movies, media, TV shows, television, internet, that we have seen the most epic fucking dragon battles, like dragon v dragon fighting in the air with dragon fire, shooting flames, ripping, like these dragons. It's House of Dragon, the CGI, the budget is epic, right? It's HBO.
Good,
This episode, the whole first season, the whole second season has been building up to when are these dragons finally gonna actually fight each other?
Yeah.
Right. And it finally happened 2 nights ago, Sunday night, the newest episode of House of Dragon. And I actually think House of Dragon might be better than Game of Thrones. Like it.
Wow.
It's jaw-dropping. It's the greatest story. When you compare it to something like The Acolyte, the fucking Disney Plus Star Wars bullshit, it is hilarious that they're both TV shows. Like I'm just saying, like, hurry up and get caught up with House of Dragon, because my God, the storytelling, the cinematography, the costumes, the scenery, the backdrops, the dragons. Bro, it literally brings a tear to my eye that I live at a time where I get to pay only like 12 or 10 bucks for an HBO subscription, and I get to watch that shit. It is fascinating. Anyway, sorry.
No, that's okay. No, so Son of a Merc, if they can end it right. Yeah, they didn't end Game of Thrones very well.
No, the last season was a fucking rush disaster, but the first 7 or whatever 6 seasons were incredible. George R. R. Martin's storytelling is incredible. The Dance of Dragons, the House of Dragons, the new show is fucking amazing. So yeah.
Thanks for the spoilers there, Tough Trainer K.
Yeah, hey, no spoilers, bro. There's only one dragon. First of all, there's only one dragon that died, not 2. I'm just throwing
Roosevelt is this guy's funny. Guy's good. No spoilers, please. Sorry, I didn't see that before I pinned it. I do apologize, guys. I haven't seen it either. So,
all I said is there are dragons fighting dragons. Finally, that's it. Which is It's House of Dragons. We all know there's about to be dragons fighting dragons, and that's what.
Yo, dude, giant fillet. Like, Game of Thrones was awesome until they went off book. Like, everyone knows that. Like, went off
up
book
until season 5 or season 4, they were following George R. R. Martin's lock and step, and then D.B. Weiss and Benioff did their own thing for the last 3 seasons, which is why you got way more spectacles, way less. Like Jon Snow for the last 2.5 seasons, all he said was, "For my queen, for my queen, it's my queen, my queen. I'm a sim for my queen." Like they got nothing to say all of a sudden. He's really, my queen, Daenerys.
Constipated Pikachu is what he looked like the whole fucking time. Anyway, yeah, hey, it was okay, but it wasn't what it should have been. Man,
House of Dragons so far is a banger. I'm just throwing that out there.
Show us
If
that
you like
cereal
Pokemon,
box.
you probably like dragons, and there's a diverse amount of incredible looking dragons in this fucking show. Anyway,
What does the cereal box mean? I don't know what that means.
I have a cereal box too. Do you have the same cereal box I do?
No, the
The
cereal box.
the Pikachu family size. I have it in my
that.
kitchen. I'll go grab it.
I have a Kylo Ren one from episode 7. Yeah, it's random. I like Star Wars too, quite a lot.
I feel like you have to have this, and if you don't have this
I don't
cereal,
have that. I don't have that.
you don't have the family size Pikachu, bro. Come on.
I don't know if we got that in Canada or if we did, I missed it. I'm so sorry.
I bought it at a tobacco shop.
Roosevelt is so mean. I came here for Pokemon investing tips, and I'm leaving with information. This old man loves Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I'm taking this.
I don't have the cereal box. I don't think I do. The last time I actually read was the Hunger Games. I read all the books in 2 days. Maybe some Dostoevsky in here too. Cool.
The Hunger Games. I'm not a fan of the Hunger Games. I am Harry Potter. Why did I bring up Harry Potter? I don't know. Starts with I like Harry Potter.
I don't know how we brought that up. We are on now. Someone is messaging me about coming on. Okay, so someone wants some Pokemon investing tips. So
yeah, let's give some real shit. Let's get some real helpful advice. All the way 2 hours. How long? Holy shit, Rob! What are you doing? It's an hour and 56 minutes.
Ray is still. I don't really care. I mean, I don't know. People
My only goal was to be your longest so far, and I knew I had to be like an hour 40. So we're good.
Well, hey, it's not how long it lasts. It's how many times you. Okay.
Not about how big it is. It's about how you work it, bro.
That's it. How many booster cases can you bench? I don't know. I can definitely bench 2 elite trainer boxes. PC ETBs.
Not even
FOMO's here. Vikings, Game of Thrones. I haven't seen Vikings. Sorry if you guys like that. I haven't seen Vikings.
That's the show FX. That's the ripoff of Game of Thrones.
Which I know you predicted the Ralts, you predicted the Groudon. Which
Steelix, bro. Steelix. Come on. I was talking about Steelix for like a half year.
A t-shirt that says Steelix on it. What's the next card to go up?
I'm sweaty. I already told you the Baxcalibur from Palaea Evolved.
No, that one's no good. Give me another one. It's not going anywhere, man. Paldea's going down. You know that.
Off the top of my head. Oh god. Oh fuck. Let me see. Twilight. It's got to be another Paradox Rift card. Morpeko. The Morpeko is going to hit double digits. I think Morpeko will be $15 in a month. There you go.
$15?
The candy shop card. There you go. Morpeko from Paradox Rift. Boom.
Ray's asking for the lightsaber. One sec.
God, that fucking new show is so garbage. Fucking hate it. The Chansey already went up. It's going back down, TKK collector. You're late, bro. Come on. Yeah, I said Morpeko. What's the next set to get a reprint? A fucking Brilliant Stars, dumbass. Obsidian Ninetales has some room at least. The Ninetales is actually going to be the saving grace for Obsidian Flames as far as PSA 10 slabs. I have a feeling Rob doesn't like me. Of course he doesn't. Your name's Giant Fillet. Why would anyone like anyone named Giant Fillet?
No, I don't dislike you. I like you. Hey man,
Giant Fillet? That just sounds gross. That's like saying moist.
I have no dislike for you at all. Thank you for joining the stream. Genuinely, look, there's 20. There's like I think the most was like 35 people. I glanced at. Like, thank you for joining. I don't dislike anyone. I'm too old for that.
No, we just stop. Everyone needs to stop telling Giant Fillet they love him because we don't. You guys are lying.
Look,
Bald Man is a vegan. Who the fuck is the bald man? Yeah, not me, because I ain't fucking vegan. I eat McDonald's at least once a day.
Did you see the Super Size Me guy died?
Oh, yeah, but probably not from anything health-wise. He probably has a fucking...
Sure.
Did he? He seems like the kind of guy who's married like 8 or 9 times, had hella fucking ex-wives that don't like him.
He just didn't find the one. He didn't find the right one. Giant fillet, you will love too. Look, Inept knows what's good. Inept is such a
Rob, you don't look a day over 40. What you mean? Mimik, love fillet. No, I won't love fillet. I don't love what I don't love. Don't make me love
I'm
things.
37. Mimik loves fillet.
I forgot Rock Sandy was right here this whole time.
Wait, I can't even read. Teaching Arena the Bambino. That question was directed for Rob. Did you answer a question? How dare you? How dare you? What was the question directed for me? Do you want to?
Here, I'll fucking find it right now. What's the next set to get a reprint? What's the next set to get a reprint, Rob? English, not Japanese.
Oh, I know all the Japanese ones. Yeah.
All of them.
Well, I have it. I actually have it here. So it's going to be Scarlet and Violet EX, Obsidian, Rule of the Black Flame, Temporal, Crimson Invasion, not Crimson Invasion, Crimson Haze. They're all getting Tiny Treasure EX.
Got it.
Crimson Invasion is not getting. It's also not a Japanese set.
Crimson Invasion has been mentioned more tonight than it has in the last 5 years.
Everyone likes that. No, I think in English, I think, look, I really do think, Mimik said Brilliant Stars. I don't know. I think Silver Tempest is a lock. I think Paldea is a lock, but I don't have any inside information. I'm not sleeping with anyone at Millennium Printing
Do
yet.
you notice there's a big difference between what gets stocked in the European Pokemon Center and the English Pokemon or the America Pokemon Center? Like there are booster boxes in Europe that are stocked that are out of stock in North
Fusion,
American.
Yeah. Every time my parents send me a package, I'm like, can you just get me a Fusion Strike booster box too? I'm like, oh yeah, sure, whatever. And then I always get duties on that, customs.
Where are your parents at? In England still?
Yeah, they're still in England.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You can order like multiples, but you have to do it like separate orders, so you can never get a case. That's the frustrating thing. Due to inflation, Evolving Skies is the next Skyridge. I disagree with that.
Wait. Did you read the testosterone comment?
Yeah, I did a little flex.
Yeah. Okay, good. I'm sorry. Partly paying attention.
Sorry. Hennessy is doing wonders. You look 28. I'm actually 49. You guys know that. Everyone thinks 151 is the best to hold. Will there be too much product held? No, people just keep ripping it. People just keep opening it, man.
When it comes to something as popular as this Pokemon IP, sometimes the most obvious answer really is the right answer, because the basic chads, the Kanto lovers, there's so many of them that, like, the amount of people I know that truly did get back into Pokemon last summer with Scarlet, and you must too, because you get messages and people and DMs from all kinds of people, right? Like the amount of just people in my personal life, like in the comment section, T Sharino and D Sharon, like those guys, those are buddies of mine from high school, and they just got back into Pokemon with that Scarlet and Violet era. And then guess what? Paradox Rift came out, which is my favorite fucking set by far. That or Paldea, but I would say Paradox Rift might be my favorite. And both of them are like, fuck Paradox Rift. That set sucks. You know, it's like, so there's the newcomers who get back in, who 100%, and because of that, and because of how big that percentage of love for, there's no, I am a person who thinks the word that I'm about to say, nostalgia. I don't know if there is a more powerful word on planet Earth than nostalgia, other than money, I guess. But like nostalgia is really like for me, I thought I was going to die because I thought I had HIV/AIDS, right? And then what did I immediately go to? I just opened went back to nostalgia, Pokemon. Yeah. The number one version of nostalgia for me is Pokemon packs. So
I think it's great. I think it's great how many people have come back into the hobby, and I hope they stay. I really do. I think it's friggin' awesome. I mean, look, if it wasn't for 151, I wouldn't have started making content. Like, I just realized, like, look, I want to talk about more stuff. Like, I love it. And, you know, that's a good thing. Ultimately, I think, yeah, they'll reprint it. Okay, so we got some comments here. Evolving Skies is going to $0 once everyone realizes I stole the pulse from the factory. I knew it was you all along.
Paradox. That happened with Fusion Strike, and it didn't make a difference. Remember the Fusion Strike scam with all the Fusion Strike hits at that one? You remember? Didn't matter.
I think he's being sarcastic. Okay, so Ray, I know. Look, so he's talking about Paradox. So Dan, I know that you hate Paradox Rift. I'm watching videos. I know that you absolutely despise. You think it's the worst set that has been released by Pokemon in the last decade. Like, why do you hate it so much?
Why do I hate Paradox Rift so much?
Yeah.
So so here's the thing is you need to actually master set it before you realize, you know what I mean? So when you look at Paradox Rift in a binder, when you actually flip the master set pages, then I don't even need to say anything. Then it makes perfect sense. Same with Paldean Fates. So the baby shiny gallery from Paldean Fates, I don't know if you noticed this, but the baby shinies from Paldean Fates are doing vastly better than Hidden Fates baby shinies and Shining Fates baby shinies, right? Doing vastly better. Like you can spend $500 and on just baby shinies and you still have 2 or 3 blank pages. Like there is a massive amount of value. The silver borders just go well with baby shinies, like peanut butter and jelly. All I'm saying is, ever since I started master setting, I started viewing every set from how it looks in a binder master setted. Because a Pokemon set is a set of cards that are ordered in number from 1 to 200 and whatever, right? So they put these sets together in order for a reason. And when you put them together in order, they look and present themselves a certain way. So now if you look at Sword and Shield master sets, they are god awful ugly as fuck compared to Scarlet and Violet master sets. I'm just being between the full arts, the V maxes, the V stars, they're just not near as appealing when you look at the way they're numbered in the sets. And then all I'm saying is turning the pages in a master set binder, the Scarlet and Violet era is beautifully put together. The illustration rare galleries are amazing. And then you get to the full arts before you get to the SIRs, and then you end with the hyper rares. And then for me, the way I do it, I always do the holo rares right after that because I put the reverse holos all in the first 10 pages. I don't even do the bulk. I'm right here. You can't see it because it's behind my camera. It's right where my hand is right now. But I have probably about 5,000 Pokemon cards. And each tower is one set. Like I have a tower of Paldea, a tower of Scarlet and Violet, whatever. And I think one of these days I'm going to go and buy the really nice Voltex, the new Voltex binders that have the SV1, SV2, like the really premium ones.
Dan,
yeah.
I broke the seal. I need to pee again. Can you keep going? I gotta go.
Oh, I've already peed 3 times, and then you've only peed once, so it's not fair. I'm just gonna read chat. All right, hey, round 2, chat, motherfuckers, write me some shit right now, and I'll read it because I'm. See, there's you guys. There's the chat. Send me some shit. I have mastered CZ. That you didn't need to write mastered twice. I get you. I have mastered CZ. How the fuck do I find all How the fuck do I find all the promos? There's no site that I know. Okay, go on TCG Player and type MCAP, which stands for Miscellaneous Cards and Products. Or Black Star promo. Holy shit. Gotta hide your peas with beer retrieval. Nice work. All right, what I want. Who is this anonymous fucking person writing all the gold in chat? It doesn't say the... Oh, shit. I need another beer, guys. T-Sharino. Rob acting like Dan will stop talking when he's gone. Fuck no. And, by the way... Oh, fuck. My ass itches. In a MCAP, miscellaneous cards and products. Yep. I know my shit, guys. I know my shit. I'm going to get a beer too, though. I'm going to keep talking. Look, I'm right here. Hey, guys, by the way, did you guys know the new sticker or eraser? The new erasers are out. Oh, shit. And they got Gengar. I love the erasers so much. They got Gengar and Belly Bolt. Let me show you the Belly Bolt real quick. The Belly Bolt is so good. I mean, the Gengar is good too. Look at this Belly Bolt. Okay. Look how cute he is. Hey. Did you guys know that that's not actually his eyes? It's the little yellow marks above his mouth that are the eyes. These are fake. Those are fake eyes. Almost like a moth. I just thought you guys should know that. I love erasers. I love erasers so much. Okay, you're back. Are you back? All right, you're back. Now,
sorry, I should never have broken the seal.
You're good. You're good. You're good. Let's grab this beer. Beer on me.
He's cement the kid's bald man. That's
Not gonna lie, I'm like 3 or 4 or 5 deep. It's fine. It's good. I bought a 6-pack. I'm glad I bought a 6-pack.
I have to drive tomorrow.
You have to drive tomorrow. There's nobody on the roads in Canada. You're fine.
My kid wakes me up. She's 5. She's like, Dad.
What's her name?
Her name's Madeline.
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 Madeline. Madeline. Madeline.
Another one that's 2. Yeah. So Madeline's into Taylor Swift right now. So I'm learning all the Taylor Swift songs on guitar.
My little sister is, I don't know if she's still as into Taylor Swift as she used to be, but growing up, in her teens, she's been to a couple Taylor Swift concerts.
Wow, geez, those are expensive tickets. Rob, you look wasted. You okay, man? Look, dude, I don't know if you have kids or not. I always look like this. Okay. I actually hold my.
It's not alcohol wasted. It's child wasted.
It's just like chasing my kid down the street because she's barefoot and naked with a bunch of chalks. Like, it's just, this is how it goes, man. How it goes. Why would you leave us with this man? Oh my God, Phil.
Giant fillet.
He's funny.
Fucking.
Was she or I don't know.
He's actually an idiot. He's an actual idiot.
15 tool. Actually, I wanted to ask about the trolls. There was one guy, and I didn't pull it up, but he left a comment on one of Nick's videos about
how creepy. Real quick, look at this, Rob. Look at
this.
How creepy does this look when I'm not wearing it?
It is, especially with your arm there. It looks pretty.
It looks so creepy. It looks so creepy.
Very odd. Roosevelt ripping evolving skies pack. I don't know what I got here.
Do it.
Yeah,
do it.
Whatever.
Do it. Hey, Rob, if you don't fucking pull that memory on, we're trying to suck. I'm just gonna be honest. Oh shit. You ever just leave your fridge wide open?
Nope. My kid does.
Oh, well, I just did it on accident. I don't know why. Oh, it's because I was in a hurry because I was entertaining your audience while you were gone, taking your second piss break.
Wait, was that a Moonbryon? Oh, Mars Shadow.
Mars Shadow, he's actually secretly really good, and in 20 years he'll be worth $87,000. I don't know if you knew that.
I'm not ripping anything else. You guys are freaking crazy.
Year of Mars Shadow, 2077.
Hack battle.
Just wait.
Oh man. Yeah, so there was a guy who left some comments on one of them. Oh look, that's a nice little reverse holo there.
Should I open a pack? Did you just open a pack?
Yeah, I just did an Evo Skies.
Should I just open a pack? You want me to open a Paldea? Hey, guess what? Can I show you something real quick? Do you have any so you know how I said I'm really excited about this? Can I tell you something that I'm really excited about right now? So I don't collect a lot of sealed products. Okay, per se. I do collect sealed stuff. Like I collect Nintendo Power magazines. I see that. Rob, what do you know about Nintendo Power magazines?
I used to read them. I don't anymore, but they grade them.
Yes, they grade them. But here's the thing. Let me just get on a little thing about Nintendo Power magazine real quick. If you can find it, and that's the problem, if you can find, like at a consignment shop, an antique store, or whatever, wherever, if you can find a Nintendo Power magazine and just go on eBay and buy one. Just go on eBay, buy your favorite Nintendo 64 video game, Nintendo Power cover, do it. When you open the pages and you start reading all the little pages, you just flip through the pages. It is like a magic trick where it literally teleports you back to being like 7 or 8 years old or whenever you were a kid, and you last like, in Nintendo Power magazines in the beginning and the end, they would have like the letter to the editors where they would show like letters people would send in. And oh my God, dude, all I'm saying is, real quick, hold on. I can't. I have to. Here we go.
I don't dye my hair. No, it's starting to go gray on the edges. So if I wasn't tingy in the hole, I would rip it all. Miscalculations.
Some of Rob, some of my favorite Nintendo Power magazines.
Show me.
They're like hung, like my Rayquaza. Like I have a Rayquaza Pokemon Emerald version, which is hung up on the wall right here, which you can't see. But a lot of them I have hung up. But some of them, I'm just saying, a lot of people collect comic books, but I collect Nintendo Power magazines. And oh my god, to open these up and to just scroll through the pages, like Nintendo 64 for me is the number one. Like Nintendo Power, there's Mario Party 2. That's my favorite Mario Party. I think Mario Party 2 is by far the best of all the Mario parties. It is like just perfect. And then Mario Party 3 is starting to get weird. There's just so many. Like I this is something just as a person who loves nostalgia. The chase for a Nintendo Power magazine that you might find at an antique store for $5 or whatever, and then you look up online and it's selling for like $100, and then you flip through the pages and you get the poster and you get all those little excerpts and gamer guides. All I'm trying to say is, if you're in your 30s, keep an eye out or consider collecting. And this is one of the first issues ever. I think this is issue number 3, 1989, right here. But yeah, I got a bunch of them. I fucking love Nintendo Power. And it's all because of that magic trick where it just teleports you back to when you were a kid when you start reading the pages. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up. But
I like going back. No, I like playing the old games. I have my cartridges here. Evo, yeah, this is Calvin Klein.
Rob, I was going to open a pack.
Go ahead.
Rob, open more packs. You open...
like opening packs.
Open Brilliant Stars, Rob. I have a feeling if you open a Brilliant Stars pack, you pull a good trainer gallery.
You think so?
Yeah, but I'm gonna open a Paldea Evolved pack because the sealed Black Star promo is a no hollow error, and so we're gonna see it. I'm gonna show you my no hollow error. All right, you first, and then I'll open my no hollow error Paldea Evolved pack.
You're lucky I had some Brilliant Stars on the floor.
You do. Hey, is it just me, by the way, or is that Secret Rare Charizard been $55 for 2.5 years? I'm just saying there's something weird going on. Oh, what do we got? All right, Trapnik. I think it's Trapnik.
Sorry, guys.
Awesome. We got P-Dove. We got this fucking, what's his name? What I can barely see. Fighting Energy. Nose Pass for Propapass and bullshit. Trash, Mencino, and a code card. I don't even think you had a rare in that pack. I don't even think there was a rare.
I'm not opening any more packs.
Was the Propapass the rare? Okay, look. I got you. I'm opening a pack.
No, the Chimento's reverse holo common.
Listen, look. I cannot tell if you can tell in the camera, but this Growlithe has no hollow whatsoever. This is a no hollow Growlithe error promo. I'm gonna open it right now.
No, okay, you go ahead.
Again, once we take it out and you see there's literally no hollow paper on this card, which I just that's why. So when it comes to sealed shit, it's shit like this that I keep sealed, even though I'm literally opening it right now just for you.
Right. Let me see.
Because there's gonna be a Magikarp. I'm gonna have a Magikarp in here. And it's just going to be so good. It's going to be such worth it. I'm going to be so happy I opened this. Okay. I'm going to grade this no hollow error card, this no hollow Growlithe, so it's fine. So because I need to open it to grade it. All right. So Rob, can I ask you some questions, Rob? Can I ask you some questions?
You can ask whatever you want. Yeah, sure.
Okay. Okay. First of all, let me catch up on chat. Make sure Roxanne's not here anymore.
We gotta go to bed soon.
Roxanne's gone. I was gonna talk some mad shit about that little boy. Okay, he's gone.
Say bye.
All right, he's a little asshole. I mean, I love him, but I don't like people that everyone likes. I don't like being the same as everyone else. So if everyone likes Roxanne, I'm gonna not like Roxanne.
He'll be hanging out. And
once Roxanne hits 18 years old, and then 3 years later, when he's 21, I'll try to get a beer with him.
I'll be back on Thursday night, guys, with Pokémon. We rescheduled, so I'll be back on Thursday night with him.
Wait, on Thursday? That's in like 2 days.
2 apple juice breaks in 1 week. We had to obviously reschedule after everything that happened, so I'm really looking forward to hanging out with him too.
This is hey, real quick. This is a once a week usually thing, right?
I always look like that, Evo. My wife's like, "Why are you so sad? You used to be young and handsome." Let's see what's going on.
Oh God, there's no. All right, so what you can't see here is hollow. There's no hollow. See that?
I do.
It is literally a plainly printed card. They literally forgot the hollow layer. So cool, right? So anyway, let me sleeve this real quick because I actually I want to grade it. But yeah, I spend a lot of money on Black Star promos. I think Black Star promos are a nice little hack for cheap cards that have no business being graded, but you grade them anyway.
I think Dan would beat me in a fight. I'm not very handy in a fight.
I let's just be honest.
I'm sitting in front of an ocean with my babes, like his pigs.
All right, so there's my little Growlithe promo.
Basement. I own my house. I don't have a mortgage. It's not my.
He's a homeowner with children. This man is accomplished. Okay, this man is.
My mom doesn't even have a basement.
Accomplished.
There's a garage underneath the house. Super cool, fancy. I have an error comment.
All right, here we go. All right, I'm opening this. This is going to be my second Magikarp in 1 week. That's $300 total in pulls, just off 2 Magikarps.
Well, if you keep pulling them, we'll keep going down.
Bro, my buddy, fucking what's his name? T Sharino. This guy pulled a Magic, bought 36 packs loose of Palaea Evolved, and in that 36, pulled a Raichu and a Magikarp, graded both of them, and they both got a 10. Lucky bastard.
He got a 10. Oh wow, jeez, that's some.
He got a 10. He just got his grades revealed today. He sent me the PSA photo, and literally, I was like, "How did you pull that Magikarp and Raichu?" He's like, "Yeah." He was like, "Best buy, best fucking buy." Had a sleeve blister Palaea Evolved special, $2.99 for Palaea Evolved sleeve blisters, and so we bought 36 of them. So we spent, $100, whatever, a little over 100, and he pulled both Raichu and Magikarp, and they both. Just today came back PSA 10. Lucky as fuck.
Ray says that Giant Filet has a small dick. Giant Filet says, take that comment down. I don't want anyone to know.
Okay, well, I just want you to know that instant regret. Here's your instant regret. I got the fucking Rabsca, Bravery Charm, and Rockruff. So, yeah.
Oh, man. That's why you don't open packs, man.
Yeah. Hey, but at least I'm a human being. How many people on planet Earth do you think have actually pulled a Magikarp? Like maybe 2,000 people, 3,000?
I haven't. I bought mine. I think I paid 50. I think I remember it was $50 or $80 Canadian for it. So whatever that is, $12 US, $16 US.
Wait, how much did you pay? Raw?
Looking back, I think it was 80. I feel like it was. I can't remember exactly. I think it was 82 Canadian is what I paid for it. So whatever that is.
What,
60.
a couple months ago? Just 2 months ago or whatever?
No, this was over a year ago now, or like close to a year ago, because it's not, the set's about a year old, right? It was shortly after, maybe it was like September. But
the set came out in May, if you're wondering what the set the set came out.
Yeah, end of May, beginning of June or something, right? So mine's got a horrible print line on it.
Beginning of May.
It's a nice one. It's a nice set. Rip them all. Teacher Reno is just like, yeah, rip all your stuff. I don't know if you watch my channel, but I don't really do that very much. I don't know. That's the best idea. Did you say you want to look? I gotta go. We gotta wrap this up soon. My kid's gonna wake me up in like 5 hours. But what did you want? You wanted to ask me some questions?
Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you just some basic ass ones. Like say for example, what is your favorite Pokemon set? I feel like you can tell a lot about a person based on what their favorite set is.
I really like Fossil. There's something about that Dragonite, something about that Zapdos takes me back.
You like Ammonite and Kabutops? You like the fossil Pokemon? You think that's a cool vibe?
So I'm going to tell you honestly, those two are not my favorite, but yes, I do like those cards. There's something about that artwork, and even the pack art is what does it for me. I'm not the biggest Aerodactyl fan, but Aerodactyl for some reason gets me on the pack art and obviously the modern stuff
the Lost Origin Aerodactyl I love, but I saw them in W.H. Smith's, this bookstore in England back in the day, and it just did something to my brain. Fossil just, I don't know, man. I love it. That Dragonite especially, the colors, it's just a special card for me. I pulled it, and I love it.
I think Fossil. So Fossil, like, say if you were into it in '99, like I was, Fossil was such a cool new vibe after base set. And so the Japanese Fossil Kabutops, I actually just graded on my last submission whenever. I got that in a PSA 9, and I'm never going to sell that. There's something about vintage Japanese, like not WotC because it's Japanese, but that era, the Japanese cards. Yeah, like I love anything. Like I'm not a huge Japanese Pokemon card fan, but when it comes to vintage Japanese, like Japanese Team Rocket, Japanese Fossil, Japanese Jungle, I freaking love those holos. And like my Japanese Fossil Kabutops, it has 2 amazing squirrels. And I'll never sell that card. Like that card, like, you know, English, Fossil is amazing. But when it comes to like vintage and Japanese, something about that just hits so good for me, like Fossil, Jungle, any of that. Anyway, okay, what's your favorite? You already told. Did you say earlier what your favorite Pokemon were? I forget.
Yeah, it's a toss up between Mewtwo and Mew. Yeah, just OG from playing the games. Yeah.
So let's get real quick. So some of that J Love, that kind of the future of the market stuff that you guys talked about on that stream. What's I came up with I had my own, because I did my own reaction video to you guys doing that live stream. And so I said some things related to the future of the Pokemon hobby and why I think Pokemon will always be relevant, always be valuable, always be sustainable. And basically I cited the 4 more or less arms of Pokemon TCG. You know, the plushies, the video games, the cards, and the anime. So those 4 are always holding each other up when one's not doing well. You know, between the 4 of them, you know, when you get peak Pokemon is when all 4 of them are doing crazy well. And then it's a world phenomenon, and it's either like 1999 or 2016 or 2019. So 1999, 2016, and 2019, those 3 Pokemon bubbles were only possible because Pokemon already has its fingers, its hands in so many different categories. And so because it's so successful in so many different lucrative categories, I think all the people who are worried about, you know, just the future, the doom and gloom, I don't think that's a thing. And I don't think in our tiny little human lives of only 70 to 90 years, like this company has accomplished so much and shepherded its IP so well over the last 30 years when so many other companies have sprouted up and evaporated, you know, come and gone, been the bee's knees, and then disappeared. Like, think of like things like Bed Bath and Beyond or Blockbuster Video. Like, there's just so many massive billion-dollar companies that have came and went all in the amount of time Pokemon's just been in the back killing it. So, you know, One Piece, Lurkana, Weiss Schwartz stuff. There's so many, you know, Magic. I think Magic the Gathering and Pokemon, those are the only 2 locks when it comes to just, because even Magic itself has survived a lot of bullshit related to Amazon and big box stores over the last 2 years, and even they're doing good. So, I mean, and Pokemon's 10x what Magic is. So, I think Pokemon's great. I think selling your soul to Pokemon for the rest of your life, there was a lot worse things you could do, for sure.
What's the question?
Wait, did I have a question? Oh shit, that was the whole point. That was so my question was, what's your view on the future of Pokemon? What's your view on 10, 20, 30 years from now? What's your view? That's another thing, is I think the TCG playing the game is becoming a bigger deal. So where do you see Pokemon, the IP, the TCG 10 years from now, 20 years from now? If you even could guess.
Yeah. No, I like that. I thought about it. First of all, Evo, thanks for putting us up on the big screen with 1080p. So hopefully it looks good. God, I just jump scared by the thumbnail of this screen. The bull. Oh God, Roosevelt's back. What are you
It's the
laughing
Johnny
about?
Sins of Pokemon. That's what you
Can't
get.
break the rock. Do things for my fun. Okay, yeah. So I think here's what I think. I think we've got like I'm 37. You've got, and I feel like I'm
Rob. I'm 37.
okay. All right. So we're both 37. We're both 37.
Yeah, old as
Right
fuck.
now it's,
Hey, but we have
what?
the personality of a 27-year-old.
I don't know what my personality is these days. I have very tired. The point I'm trying to make is I don't think Pokemon is going anywhere. I think there is from an investing standpoint or a popularity of the vintage stuff, and I'm talking like 99 to 2010. It's got a limited window because the guys who it really means something to will eventually age up and die. I don't think some of the guys in this hobby are the healthiest either. I mean, I drink quite a bit, but some guys just really don't take care of themselves. And unfortunately, they won't last very long. So you're going to have peak earning years in about 10 years. Peak earning years, for those of you who don't know, is when people earn the most money in their careers in a certain period, and they retire and they start earning less. And that's when you'll see peak values of vintage. So your first edition Charizards, all that stuff. And then it'll be the new generations. They're already starting to take over, right? And that'll be it. It'll be what is modern for us now will be vintage or something in between for the new guys. So I have no hesitations or worries about Pokemon dying or going anywhere. I think it will continue to be very strong. They will continue to reprogram the brains of children. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I think Pokemon as a community is a wonderful place. I love the people that I meet. I think it's great. And I think it's a great place to grow up and grow old. And I'm looking forward to doing both those things.
Jason Page. I think Jason Page is the only of everything related to Pokemon over the last 23 years. The Pokemon company themselves have been flawless. And it's just random weird shit. Like the dude who sings the theme song, that things get a little weird. And they can't control that, right? So you got crackheads like Jason Page. I want to be the very best. Hey, you want to buy my autograph card? I value it at $80. Like that shit is weird as fuck. It is so weird.
If it's a more expensive card, it's gonna be $100. So
I sing the theme song, Pokemon.
Making trees with Jason Page.
So other than random shit they can't control, the Pokemon company itself, when it comes to legally what they can actually control, it is actually shocking how good of a job they've done. And yeah, good things are going to become increasingly hard to come by, and managing good products is going to be a rarer and rarer thing. But Japan, the culture, the company, the IP Pokemon, there's so much pride. There's so much national. I think it's okay to understand and recognize that Japan, the country, like Japan itself, knows they can't allow Pokemon to fail for their own actual commerce, goods, imports, and exports. Like that's how big of an IP, a big of a deal like this anime is, for an entire first world nation that is extremely intelligent and tech savvy and revolutionary. So anyway, I think Japan itself, and I think the Pokemon Company International, and the 3 different companies that combined together create Pokemon Company International, there's just too many people, there's too many checks and balances, and there's just too much goodwill. So yeah, I mean, I'm totally fine being a Pokemon TCG content creator, and I sincerely doubt I'll ever regret doing it because, yeah, like I said, my number one childhood memory is pulling first edition base at Charizard. It is what it is.
Memory. I never pulled that card. I pulled an unlimited Blastoise, and that was a cool memory. So
yeah,
we didn't. First edition, it didn't really happen. Like I didn't know about it in England. Like it was only once I got older, I really even knew first edition stamps existed. So it was never really in England. It was a bit different.
Well, they were on the Shadowless by like March. I mean, so first edition print in Wizards of the Coast and stores is only like a 2-month long thing. Like it really was pretty limited. Like Unlimited and Shadowless were like pretty quick.
Well, we didn't even like it's Shadowless. You didn't even know about until like years later. Okay, so Inept says Japan's economy is in shambles. It really is, and I think the big problem for Japan is they're not making young people for whatever reason it is.
Japan and Russia both have the same issue where like just nobody's being born. Russia for different reasons.
Children of men is a thing. We had a really hard time getting pregnant. We did in vitro for Madeline, and then Eleanor was an accident, but it was very, very difficult. So yeah, it's a thing. It's a thing for sure.
One of these days, I'm gonna try to lock it down and make a girl do stuff with me. I need to. All I think about is so I'm not like Cool Trainer Ryan where I'm like celibate or anything like that. But I currently do not. I'm not like married, kid or any of that. Zelda is my child, but because of the amount of Pokemon cards that I have, like, and again, as we talked about earlier, I don't just have a large amount of Pokemon cards. I have all these other vintage Nintendo, stuff. Like all I think about is if I drop dead tomorrow, where's it gonna go? So I feel like I'm already the kind of guy who, when I was younger, I wanted a white picket fence, a girl, a wife, 2 kids, whatever. And now here I am, 37, and I'm dedicating my life to fucking Pokemon cards. So that's not doing myself any favors, right?
All because of that blood test.
I know, right? But again, my parent. All I'm trying to say is, I have thousands upon thousands upon thousands of dollars worth of Pokemon cards, and a large amount of them they're raw cards that are absolute mint, just specimens waiting to be graded. And it's because I've spent 2 years. This compared to Seattle, let me just say, it's Phoenix compared to Seattle, it is night and day different. There are so many card shops down here. Like, any card you name that's ever existed other than a trophy Pikachu card, I can find probably in 20 minutes just by driving.
Wow.
Just get it. Like, there's so many card shops down here. And yeah, anyway, a part of me is like, man, I need a kid just to make sure I have someone just in case I get hit by a car or die. so like, yeah, because I would hate to this all get sold in like a lot for like $1,000 on an eBay auction because my parents didn't know what the fuck to do with everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I need to sort that out actually too. My wife would just sell everything on Marketplace probably for like $20 each. Probably. Okay.
Oh,
so yeah, I think we are coming to the end purely because I have download Hinge. What is Hinge? Hinge is like a dating site. What is that?
All I know is Hinge Health, my work's fucking health app. I don't know. No idea. I'm looking at chat. Download Hinge. Yeah. Let's wrap it up. We're 2.5 hours. We are way beyond what any of your previous.
We went a little longer. Went a little off topic. I have really enjoyed this conversation. You're a fun guy to hang out with.
I told you. What was his name? The Australian guy that I web chatted with for 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
And it was like, it went like that.
Yeah.
Literally. God, what's his name? Wongo Stevens. If Wongo, I know you'll eventually see this recorded video because I already know I'm sending you the link, bro. So this dude Wongo, this Australian guy, he's like, hey, Pokédan, because it was last summer around Scarlet and Violet 151. He got back in like everyone else. And he wanted like a bunch of advice because he was spending thousands of dollars on 151, like Japanese 151, not English. So actual Pokemon 151. But yeah, he was like, I need to talk with you, mate. I need to talk with you. And literally, I got on at 9. I got on at 9 p.m. We finally finished at 4:30 in the morning. And I had to work at 5:30 in the morning. A 12-hour shift. And I just remember it was like the time, it was like we were talking for like 20 minutes. We had so much fun. And we were just talking about like memories related to Pokemon cards. Bullshit.
That's the cool thing about this hobby. That's why I started doing apple juice breaks. I want to chat to more people. I think it's fun.
Aren't you going to have Rock Sandy on in a couple weeks?
Yeah, Rock Sandy's. So yeah, we got Brian Pokieni's going to be on Thursday, and then we've got Dan from Catch 'em All Collectibles on Tuesday. I'm really excited.
I saw that.
He's such
He's
a
a huge eBay seller too. Like him,
Oh man,
him and TCA and the other dude with the fucking glasses. Those are like 3 of the biggest Pokemon card eBay
I
sellers
gotta,
ever.
you know what? Maybe hey, maybe you can put in a good word for me with TCA.
Probstein, TCA, and Catch 'em All Collectibles. Probstein, TCA, Catch 'em All. Those are the 3 biggest
I like
eBay sellers of all time.
He's a big sealed investor too. I like talking to sealed investors. And then
Yeah.
Rock Sandy's coming up. We're gonna have Pokey Office on here too. Colin's gonna be on, and I'm just working on some stuff with a couple of other people, so I don't want to announce it prematurely. I love it. I like hanging out. I like the chats. I think you guys are fun. Hopefully, it's been fun for you guys. I've really enjoyed it. And hey, we'll have you back for the Christmas special, if not before then, my friend, because this has been a lot of fun. So,
hopefully, I don't get banned.
Yeah. Awesome.
Thank you. No, I had.
It's been awesome.
Question, real quick. Last question.
Yeah.
When I did my reaction video to your OKJ Love live stream a month ago, I straight up stopped the video and I paused it and I said, I just want all of you to know that Rob Does Pokemon, of everyone in this stream, is the one guy I would want to get a beer with. Hands down, Rob Does Pokemon. You saw that, right?
I saw that. I commented on it. I'd like to get a beer with you too. And hey, here we are.
And is that part of the reason you invited me on? Is because you heard me say that?
No, I like your content.
Oh, all right. Well, even better. I just thought it was funny that I actually wished for this to happen, and then here we are a month later.
That wasn't the reason, but I can see why you correlate that. No, I looked at people I'd want to talk to and hang out with, and you're one of the people I thought would be fun to hang out with.
Well, thank you, sir.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I honestly enjoy your videos. I like your takes. You're very honest. And
it's easier to be honest. It's easier to be honest.
It is, yeah. There's certain things you've got to do on YouTube to try and get people to click on your stuff because there's so much stuff out there. But I like the effort you put into your videos. I like your takes on things, and you're a genuine dude, and I respect that. And I want to talk.
Rudy, Alpha Investments, right? Obviously, we all do.
Personally, one day I'm sure I'll have a chance.
But you know what his videos vibe like, right? You know that guy, all he does is say, "Hey, I just had Taco Bell. What's up, guys?" Right? So all I'm saying is, Rudy, that guy, think or say whatever you want about Rudy of Alpha Investments, right? I don't give a fuck about Magic the Gathering. That's how good his content is even if you don't give a fuck about the TCG he mains, you still like his content. That's the mark of a great content creator. But all I'm saying is, even though I don't give a shit about Magic, I love Rudy because Rudy is a guy who has no problem at all just turning the camera on, sitting down, and so when you compare that to the real presentable people who edit a lot and like squeaky clean and like deep in their voice, I love so it's people like Rudy, it's people like Opossum, it's those kind of people that made me the way I finally have become, where I'm just talking to you like we're buddies, like we're just talking about Pokemon cards. I think this card's going to go up, but honestly, who the fuck knows? All I know is here's what's going on this week, or this dude's being an idiot. I don't know. So yeah, it's easier to be that way.
I like to do the editing. I like to write funny scripts. I don't change my voice, but I don't know. I enjoy it. I like editing stuff. I like making funny graphics. The thing I like most is making people laugh. I like the comments when people like say, "Hey, I like burst out laughing," or "This was really fun." I don't know. I like that. I mean, I could do a lot of other things with my free time, guys. I could probably make way more money doing other stuff. I just really like making this stuff on Pokemon cards, and it gives me a kick. I don't know.
My newest video, the top 25 illustration rares I posted last night, that is probably the cringiest video. That is like the cringe. All I'm saying is like I love cringe as long as it's done in a good way. You know what I mean? Like there's 2 different versions of cringe.
There's fun to watch that, man.
There's cringe where you're like, oh my God, is he really saying what he's saying right now? Oh God. Oh, stop, please. Oh my God, he's really saying it. And that's cringe, like say Twice Big Jake talking about whatnot, where you're like, oh God, is he really saying what he's saying? And then there's cringe where it's like a Steven Seagal movie, or like just a cheesy, whatever. And so like just yesterday, I'm just using my most recent video for an example. it was the top 25 most valuable illustration rare video. And I could have just done that on TCG Player where I just clicked through each blah, blah, blah. And didn't really. But I was like, you know, everyone does that. It's, you know, whatever. Like, let's do something stupid. So then I ended up creating like what did I do? Like, it's essentially a 15-minute long music video, hype video where I read all the bios and I'm literally being a fucking idiot. Like, I'm literally like, Squirtle, Squirtle. Like, you know, you're not going to see Leonhardt being a fucking idiot like that. And even people who you think are genuine, like Shiny Vert, they still... All I'm saying is there's genuine and then there's actual authentic genuine. And people like me, or I'd say you, or people like Rudy, where you just turn the camera on, hey, folks, what's up? That's what people actually are receptive to. At least I think. That's why I'd be like that.
I would love to interview Rudy because, hey, maybe one day that'll happen. Maybe not.
You're going to need to gain a lot more subs.
Yes, one day. But,
he is... He's a big deal.
I think he rehearses. I've watched a lot of people. I don't know. I think he rehearses it. I think he does. I think he goes through his talking points. I think he has an idea of what he wants to say. I think he's got some stuff in the background. I don't know people that can do that. I cannot do that. I use a teleprompter.
Can I tell you something real quick? Every single video I have ever recorded on my YouTube channel, what I'm actually going to say, what's actually talked about, is the very last and least addressed thing. I'm literally, every YouTube video I've ever recorded, ever, from the weekly values to the tier list to the Cool Trainer Ryan video, everything, I have no fucking clue what I'm going to say. All I care about is the lighting correct? Is the video correct? Do I look like an idiot? Is there lint on my face? Do I have sweaty armpits? Literally, I'm not kidding. Every single detail you can possibly imagine other than what is actually going to come out of my mouth drives me crazy, drives me wild, and I'll just be sitting there waiting to hit record forever. But the actual words, the actual content, like the actual stuff I say, I have no clue what I'm going to say. And I know that the second I hit record, it's just going to happen. And it's just going to naturally come out of my mouth. And when I'm done recording, I'm going to go back and watch the video. And there's going to be entire things that I just, because while I'm recording, while shit's going on, I have no idea what's happening. I'm just number 25. You know, I'm just going with it as I'm going with it. And I'm like making sure I hit the right hotkeys to switch between cameras. And, you know, whatever. I have no idea what I'm saying. All I'm thinking is, are you too sweaty? Is your dog barking? Is the hamster in the background making noise? You know, I'm thinking about all these audio visual stuff because I know nothing matters more than audio, followed by video, you know, and then cadence, and then a lot of stuff you can fix later in editing. Like the magic of editing, it is insane. There are times I record YouTube videos, I'm like, this is fucking terrible. And then by the time I'm done in Filmora, I'm like, oh my God, this is fucking amazing. And all I had to do was cut half this shit out. You know, so I know that going into it. So I know that I know enough about Pokemon cards. I know that I know more than most people when it comes to just daily market values. I know that I know all the OGs. I know that I know what it's like to be there in the beginning. And I know what modern is like. You know, so I know that once I hit record, I'm going to say a bunch of really cool shit. Even though I have no idea what I'm going to say, I know it's going to be good. So I don't put any thought into what I'm going to say whatsoever, like at all. It just happens, and then I watch the take after it's done, and I'm like, oh my God, that was fucking hilarious. There's no way I could have planned on saying that, you know, and that happens all the time, like every other video. So just random side note, like I never plan anything. There's no teleprompter. There's no skit. There's like 2 bullet points at most on every one of my videos.
I script it out. Some videos are off the cuff. Like when I talk about things I bought in a month, there's nothing, no script there. But yeah, no, I don't know. I I get to the end, I'm like, man, I wish I'd said this thing, or I wish I'd said that, or that was a good thing. So yeah, I script it out now, and it works for me. I mean, I think everyone finds a flow that works for them. And the thing about YouTube is, and social media in general, you just got to keep doing it. If you want to grow, if you want to, reach more people, it's just consistency. And I needed to find a track. Like if I was spending 8 hours making a video because I kept fucking everything up, I was like, I can't do this. So yeah, I have a system that works, and I really like editing things, and I see the pictures and how things are going to be before they end. So yeah, the editing process.
At the end of the day, the algorithm matters over everything. Like the algorithm, what's popular that week in Pokemon TCG content creation.
It's
you can spend all week. You can spend all week making the greatest thumbnail, the greatest title, the greatest video, and if it's not what's trending in your niche that week, it doesn't fucking matter. So that's why those TCG player, those card value videos, that's why those videos do so much better, is because YouTube is 100% sure that's what everyone wants to watch.
It's true, yeah. It's kind of depressing sometimes too, because like
it is so fucking depressing. I just don't want to talk about it, but yes, it is.
There's artistic merit in stuff too, but hey, you gotta do some of the popular stuff, and just because you do popular, like there's I don't know what it is, a movie or whatever, where some guy's going through Johnny Walker, right? It's like Johnny Walker make red label, black label, and blue label, right? Red label shit, but it's something everyone can drink. Black label is middle because some people can afford it. Blue label is great, but it's really expensive. Just because you make red label doesn't mean you can't also make blue label, right? And that's it. And that's how I look at it too. It's like, dude, I'm happy to make some red label, some black label stuff. Like I know I can make blue label, and I really enjoy it. And at the end of the day, I'm having fun. Like I could be poring over stock charts and looking at what I could invest in the real world, and I just like making these videos. I think it's fun.
I don't know what your ad revenue is or what you choose, but for me, to simplify it down, it seems like $5 per 1,000 views. I don't know if that's about.
That's about right.
Yeah,
and my videos are always under 8 minutes too, so I never have a ad in the middle.
So for those of you that don't know, all of us content creators make approximately $5 in ad revenue for 1,000 views, which is not near enough to do anything. So we are literally doing it for the love of just fucking doing it. You know what I mean? Like I might make, 2, 4, 8 videos in a month, maybe 9 or 10 videos in a month. All of those, the ad revenue might barely add up to enough to buy a booster box. So that's what we're talking about. So this really is for the passion, the love of the community.
Exactly. Yeah, you see someone posting stuff, week every couple of videos every week. It's like, it's awesome. And actually, I saw Pokeoz's latest video. I mean, I love Michael. I really do. I mean, a lot of his video, like he had a huge lift on some of the stuff in the first year. I've never had a video do 90K, 30K. Like that's never
Pokeoz, Poke Steven, Poke Phil, There's so many Australian investor bros. It blows my mind.
Good. Hey, you know what, man? Good for them. I think if someone's doing well in this, I think that's great. I think it's
the voice. I think it's the accent, mate. I think I just need to start speaking like this. And I need to tell you that the VMAX Charizard is a great investment as long as you stick to Palaea Evolved.
No, I think
I wasn't way more legitimate right there just by sounding.
They make great content. They make
they do.
Okay, in your name. All right, I gotta go to bed. Guys. We're gonna wrap up. I'll be back on Thursday with Brian Pokiani. Our guest is MimikBrew. He's been a freaking legend. And thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys.
Thank you guys. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. All right, adios. Adios.